All right, boys, it is time for the Season 6 Marvel Rivals tier list. It's going to get heated. So the stream crashed. I apologize. My Wi-Fi is scuffed, but the show must go on, so I had to turn back on the stream once I got my Wi-Fi fixed. But now that it's fixed, it's time to do this tier list for Season 6 for Marvel Rivals. And so it's going to be for Vanguards, Strategists, then Duelist last. All right, boys? So here we're going to be ranking S, A, B, C, D, and of course, last one for the vibes. You already know who that is. Going to be, I mean, it's not going to be hard to guess which character that is. Definitely not Black Widow, but first let's go for Vanguards, Angela. So I think Angela, honestly, she did get a nerf this season. The 50 shield, where does that place her? And this is for climbing, right? I'm in Grandmaster, Diamond to Grandmaster, so this is not top 500. For most people, I feel like making a tier list for top 500 is little... It can be helpful for, obviously, if you're up there, but if you're not up there, that tier list really is not going to help you that much compared to, like, more of, like, Diamond, Grandmaster, even to Celestial. I feel like those tier lists can help more players. So this is what this tier list is going to be for. And I think Angela, overall, I think I want to put her... honestly, A. I think she's really solid. I don't think she's S, not even just because of the nerf, because it is 50 shield that they nerfed her for. But Angela does a great job of getting attention. She can go in and out very easily. She's still really fast. Her ultimate's still really good. In most cases, Gambit's going to be banned. So, like, Gambit completely counters her ultimate. If you don't know, like, Gambit can cleanse her ultimate and it just disappears. And I've seen that so many times, but Gambit is 9 times out of 10 going to be banned. So Angela is still really strong. Same as like Groot, for example. You can just cleanse Groot ult, Dr.Strange ult. But when I'm considering this, Gambit will be banned in most of these cases. So Angela is still really good at what she does, especially on certain maps. Like, again, the Ultron map she's so good on that map. It is so annoying fighting a really good Angela player on the Ultron map. Pennywise, yo, what's up? Appreciate you guys on YouTube. Yeah, Angela is... she's nowhere near as weak, but she's not going to be as... I don't think she's like S. Like, I don't think you can pick her... like, you can pick her in probably most scenarios and do extremely well, like, with the skill that you're going to be putting on her, because she just offer a lot of value, and she's an incredibly unique tank. So I think she's A, but I don't think she's S necessarily. Next up, Hulk. All right, so Hulk, this one's going to be... whew. Hulk, honestly, he did get buffs. Hulk does feel so much better this season than last season. I will say that. People are saying he's C. I think Hulk, honestly, overall is probably B. I think overall Hulk is B. Simply because the buffs helped him out a lot, especially on the Ultron map, especially on those maps where there's just a ledge there when he does ultimate, because there were so many times playing as the Hulk where you just couldn't ult near a ledge. You just couldn't, because you would have gotten pushed off of it like extremely easy, especially the Wakanda map with the waterfall. That map is so easy if you just simply go invis, or if an invis is on the enemy team, she's always going to push you off. It is so aggravating as the Hulk to ult and then just get pushed off the ledge. So that buff to him is massive, and the jump buff feels super nice. The jump buff is really nice on the Hulk. He feels much more fun to play, less punishing to play as well. And overall, I think he's just a lot better, but I don't think he is like in most cases, I don't think he's going to be A tier, right? Because Poke is still really strong. I'm not saying Hulk sucks, but since Poke is strong and considering that, I think B is a fair place to put him. Because he's not, I don't think he sucks. Like before, he was really, it was really hard to play him and you couldn't get that much enjoyment out of him because you can counter him really easily. But now with, you know, the buffs to his ultimate, the buff to his like more damage to his gamma burst and his jumps, like his jump speed, it is very noticeable and is much more fun to play him. And I've seen a lot of Hulks in my games so far. A lot of Hulks. Like I've had probably 5 matches back to back where I had a Lord Hulk on my team. Or even Champion Hulk, sorry, like fully maxed out. I've seen so many Hulk mains this season. Like Hulk feels really good to play. I'd put him like high B overall. Like you can do really well in the Hulk. But I can't put him any lower because you can do a lot with the Hulk. You can do a lot with Hulk, especially there's another tank in this game that Hulk really counters. Like he counters this other tank that I'm going to talk about later. Like he obliterates this other tank, and Hulk feels like seeing Hulk pick this often. It is crazy how like these buffs affect that other tank. All right, next up we got Cap. I think Cap gotta go straight to A. Cap is really solid. Cap is the buff that he got, honestly, on paper looked like it didn't do that much, but it did. That 8-second sort of like where he throws his shield, before it was on an 8-second cooldown. Now it's on a 6-second cooldown. What that means is that he's getting his ult much more faster. He can build his ult charge. He's getting more damage output consistently. He could be more aggressive because it's a ranged ability, so you can just constantly like throw it at you. And when you're fighting, like if you're playing Cap, most people don't like register like, oh, he can use his shield throw like more often, right? So you can catch people off guard by throwing it like back to back to back, right? You can throw it very, very easily and catch people off guard with that. So I think Cap is in a really good spot. His ult is still really solid overall. He's one of the best dive tanks, just like with Angela. Angela's a dive tank. His shield, very underrated, especially like Punisher is being played a lot this season. And Punisher shotgun cooks Hulk, cooks most tanks. Other than like Mag, of course. Groot. Cooks Venom. Cooks Peni. Like a lot of the tanks without shields, they're cooked if they go Punisher. Because his shotgun is just so strong. But Cap, he's chilling. Cap overall is chill. So Cap is high A. For sure. Yeah, he did get buffed. Cap is high A. All right, next up, let's see what Deadpool. Honestly, Deadpool, if you really want me to be honest, I've seen so many people say Deadpool, like Tankpool sucks. And they're smoking the crack pipe because Tankpool is going straight to S. Like, if you read his abilities, which most people don't, and most people won't play Tankpool, they'll probably play him as a duelist or as a strategist. But Tankpool, his like aura around him, like the circle as a tank, he gets 40% damage reduction. That is so good. And he can give his allies damage reduction in that. He has a bubble shield. He does a lot of damage with his mags. Like when he's shooting at you, he's like, pop, pop, pop. You can go crazy with that. And his E upgrade too makes it so you can just spam that even more. So you go from pop, 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 pop to pop, 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 pop. Like you're going crazy with the damage when you have your E upgrade. His bubble shield is small, but when you upgrade it, is really nice. Like it is really nice. It can cancel out Like if Strange ults and you time it and you throw it at your, at your ally, right? It could block a Luna freeze. It could block a Mantis sleep. It just the fact that it blocks projectiles and you just throw it is so life-saving as a tank. Like, he has a lot of ally utility. He's cracked. Deadpool as a tank is cracked. Yeah, his shield is small, but when you upgrade it, it's a little bit bigger. It's nice. It's decent enough. Like, you can be in his shield. Also, on top of that, he has so much mobility. Hulkpool is so mobile, boys. He is so freaking mobile. It's actually crazy. Playing as Tankpool. Deadpool's kind of he has cancer as a character. He's Deadpool. But, yeah, Deadpool has so much mobility. Like, if they go Wolverine, if they go even Iron Fist, or if you get pulled, like if they go Bucky and they pull you, you could just double jump out of there. You could double jump out of there. You can swap to your katanas, dash out of there. You can just press your E, you get damage reduction. You're incredibly mobile. He's a super high skill ceiling. Does quite a bit of damage just from his like main guns. What else? He has great team utility with his bubble, with the AoE circle, providing damage reduction. His ult is sleeper. His ult is super sleeper. The katana ult is, not gonna lie, pretty weak. You can use it like in certain situations. It's like decent, but the gun ult, where you basically silence someone, you pick like a target and you just bash them on the head, like Deadpool bashes them on the head. That is super sleeper. It is so sleeper, because characters like let's say Gambit is a ban and you're playing Tankpool. You just ult the Gambit and he fires 3 cards. So he's going to be missing most of those cards. There's so many characters in the game that misses their shots. Moon Knight. Even like abilities, like, because not Gambit, Deadpool's ultimate counts missed abilities too, on top of their main attack. So there's certain characters where they're just going to be constantly missing their ability. They're getting constant damage. You can zone them out, and you just get that constantly too. So Tankpool is very, very strong. So I don't think he's necessarily broken, because like his other ult sucks. Like Katana ult is pretty weak overall, but he just has utility, does a decent amount of damage. The big trade-off to Deadpool is that he's just weak early on. He's just really incredibly weak early on. It's just late game, that's where you want to pick him, and it gets better. So, all right, up next, Dr. Strange. Oof. Okay, boys, time to lock in. Doctor Strange in season 6. How strong is Doctor Strange in season 6? Honestly, Doctor Strange, I think he's A. I think he's A. I think he's top A. Doctor Strange is cracked this season. You can kill through Invis ult. You can kill through support ults. As long as you ult, you stun them, and you have your max magic damage charge. As long as you have those two things, you can carry on Strange, like hard. You can hard carry on Strange. Strange feels really nice this season. Strange is really, really good this season. And his mobility buff this season as well was massive for him. It was so predictable when they had a Strange on the enemy team. You always knew where, you would always know when he would ult, because he would be in the air, but you would also know where he would ult, because he was so like, go up in the air. His trajectory was very, very predictable. But now there's a tech where you can do where you can honestly just insta like pop in the sky. Like I've seen Doctor Strange almost disappear from my screen because if you like toggle his flight and instantly like untoggle it, you just jump straight in the air and it's like a massive bunny hop. It's crazy. So if you combine the fact that his damage is consistently stronger and Doctor Strange back, like he already does a lot of damage, but now whew, he does a lot. He hurts when you're close range, especially as a melee character. Like Wolverine, you can confidently, like, unless their Wolverine is absolutely cracked, you can safely pick Doctor Strange and you'd be fine against Wolverine overall. Overall, Doctor Strange is his high A. I honestly want to put him to S, but I think you're still nerfed by having a Strange in certain situations simply because of you can't teleport. Like if you were Strange, your team gets wiped, right? And the enemy team staggers you, they can't use portal. So like that's the only reason why I don't put him in S. But again, like his portal is really clutch. So he's really close to S, but you know, he's not fully there yet, basically. All right, next up, boys, we got Emma Frost. Emma Frost, the demon that reigns supreme. How strong is Emma Frost season 6? Because we all know when she was launched, at launch, Emma Frost was Thanos. Season 6, I'd say A. I don't think she's S. I think she's A. I think she's honestly, overall, she's such a general, like, good pick, and her damage did get buffed, too. Like, her damage output consistently got buffed. Because they, basically increased the energy she would gain whenever she'd use her, like, telekinesis, right? And so she is, like, laser beaming you, like, a lot more. I'm glad they touched her diamond form, because, I mean, it is a 15-second cooldown for the command grab, but even then, her diamond form is still incredibly strong. It's still, obviously, I mean, they didn't touch it right, but the biggest thing is just she's just doing more damage, but I don't think she's S. I guess, actually, considering her team up, if you do have Luna, her team up is sleeper. I almost forgot about her team up. Her team up is really good. It is really fucking good. Just having that, like, ice wall. Honestly, no, I'm putting her S. Fuck this. I'm putting her S, honestly. Yeah, because I totally forgot. Yeah, the team up is still really good. And people forget about it. Like, if you go into the match, like, round 1, you won't assume Emma has that team up, right? Because you don't know who they have, who they picked. And you can instantly basically cap point just from that one team up alone by having the ice wall. So yeah, she's S. I think her diamond form isn't as scary because they did nerf it, but she's scarier now in her base form. So she's really strong overall. Yeah, she's just all around really good. You can get a lot of attention. She has, like, her shield, can block a lot of ultimates, can block, you know, heals as well. Her diamond form, of course, is really fucking scary if you're playing any dive character, any dive tank. So you can stop ultimates in it. But I think her diamond form, like the grab being 15 seconds, is really nice. I'm still glad, you know, it's 15 seconds. If it was even 14 seconds, she would be broken. 15 seconds, honestly, like, if they nerfed her diamond form even more, even like 16 seconds, I'd be fine with that. Like, but yeah, she's still S because that team up is strong. Okay, so next up, Groot's S tier, like, without a doubt. Come on, boys. Groot is so strong, boys. Groot, like, his walls grabs it. Him just existing requires your team to pick character that can destroy the walls. Because if you don't destroy those walls, and that Groot knows what he's doing, and every time that the enemy Groot knows what they're doing, you're cooked. Because he's getting so much value from placing those walls and cutting off vision, cutting off heals, and also just like if you can't climb a wall, you can't fly, you're cooked. You're just dead every time. And no one plays Groot. It's really weird. No one plays him. You rarely see Groot, but he is so freaking strong still. Sleeper. He's a sleeper agent. He is so strong. His ultimate, I will say, again, considering that Gambit is banned, you can, if Gambit isn't banned and they pick Groot, go Gambit, because you can just cleanse his ult. I don't think his ult can kill through support ults. So Strange does have that, like, advantage, I think. Yeah, because just the burst damage from Strange alone is really good. And of course, if your team's like there. But for the most part, his ult is still really solid. Just the biggest thing is that if they have a shield tank, oftentimes you can fuck up your ult very easily. Just because your ult is basically a grenade. It's like a sticky grenade, basically. So like any surface, even if it's a shield, it will stick onto the shield and it'll just float there. So you can really easily fuck up your ult on Groot. But the walls is the big thing, and it's very hard to fuck up the wall. I mean, you just literally place it behind them. And if you just do that and you can just kind of aim, you're good. Like, Groot is very easy to pick up. Not incredibly hard to master per se, but it's just like no one really plays him. But Groot is just really strong, and yeah, my man's S tier. And his team up, yo. His team up is sleeper as well. Like, bear in mind, you will rarely get a Mantis, but if you really want to win a game, you go Groot, Mantis, triple heal, and you have healing wall. It is so crazy, man. You're just playing Plants vs. Zombies Garden Warfare. The amount of just plants you're placing, just plant walls you're placing all over the map. You have like freaking 5. See, Groot has 3 walls you can place. He's a team up, and then he has his iron wall. You can place 5 fucking walls on the map, and you just constantly rotate them. And then there's certain maps where there's like very thin choke points, where you can just completely cook, and you can just make them C9, where they just can't even, like, if they don't have any, flying ability, they can't climb the wall. They just can't destroy the wall fast enough to get to point, and they just C9. So Groot's really good. I feel like personally Strange is better than Emma. I'd say it's really like the thing about this tier list, especially like S to A, as specifically with tanks, the line between S to A is very close. It is very, very close right here. Like Deadpool, Emma, Groot are overall just, you could probably get more value from them game in and game out in most general games, right? But if you are extremely good at Strange and you know what you're doing, extremely good at Angela, and like the Ultron, like you're on the Ultron map, you're on the Tokyo map, then pick these characters. Like, you will probably win those matches, especially if you know what you're doing. But it's just, Groot is very hard to fuck up Groot, and you can get a lot of value on Groot, and it forces them to swap. Emma, she has the team up, because also I'm considering team ups as well. Like Strange, he doesn't have the team up ability. Like, you could argue like, oh, he gives a team up to Magik, that could make him S in theory, but he's also just really good. Like, by placing Strange, Angela, and Cap, I'm not saying they suck at all. Even like Hulk, I don't think Hulk sucks. Once you go to C tier to D tier, and obviously for the vibes, those characters, they're struggling. Like, it is hard to get value on them. But A is, you're pretty much good to go. Like, if you play Strange, you're good. It's just that Emma team up is crazy. And the Deadpool team up with Jeff, honestly, is also really, really fucking annoying. It is really annoying to fight against Jeff. That's just spamming. He's just spamming the little Deadpool team up, and then you also have Deadpool that's right there, so you just have the double health bar, and your screen is just fully covered. It's like you have like a pop-up ad, like you went on like a watchanime.com for free, and there's just like your entire screen is just pop-up ads. That's what it feels like. So, all right, next up we have Mag. Of course, Mag's gonna be S. Of course, Mag is gonna be S, boys. Of course, like there's just not. It's not even a surprise. It's not even a surprise. It's like taxes. It's like it's inevitable. Mag's gonna be there. You're gonna have to pay your taxes eventually. Mag is a demon, specifically with that Gambit team up, bro. If he has the Gambit team up, he can obliterate. He can run your team down. He can run your team down so easily, and he just like Magneto sword, Magneto like bah, bah, sword, explodey sword, explode. It does so much. It's so hard to miss it because it does AOE. It does a shit ton of damage. His team up is so strong, and they didn't nerf it. It's crazy how they didn't nerf it. It is so incredibly broken. That's why I always ban Gambit. You always ban Gambit, right, boys? Yeah, Mag, of course, like his bubbles are, you know, you can get so much value from just bubbling at the right time, your ally, saving them, right? You can get so much value just by frontlining. He's just the best. Like if you have to solo tank, just play Mag. If you have to solo tank, just play Mag. Like he's the safest, just most standard pick because he has so much survivability. He can get so much damage out with the team up. His ult is obviously really good. Cloak and Dagger, I've seen more play. If you're really good at lighting your ults, just bonk him on the head. And his ult, not gonna lie, is hard to aim. But if you could do it, you can get so much value out of Mag ult, of course. Like there's no situation where you would have someone say, "Can you swap off Mag?" You'll never hear that in your life. You'll never hear that in your life. Bro said Flats wannabe? Yeah, I'm Flats if you got isekai'd into an anime, boys. One day, we'll collab with Flats. Alright, so next tank, we have Peni. Peni, honestly, I've seen so many people place Peni in the shitter. I've seen so many people say, "Oh, dude, swap off Peni. Peni sucks." Genuinely, I think she's B tier. I think she's honestly probably better than Hulk, which sounds crazy. Honestly, I think Peni is better than Hulk. I think that's the hot take. That's a hot take, but it is. I think it's true, and I think no one wants to admit it. Genuinely, Peni is crazy. Why is Peni crazy? Dude, she gives your teams shields. Any web, she could be dead, right? She could be at spawn. Your team could be at point. As long as there's a web there, they're getting movement speed, they're getting shield, and they're getting heals, and they're gaining over health on that shield. Her nests are crazy good, especially considering that Dive got buffed. Remember, boys, Dive got buffed. Dive got buffed. Iron Fist got buffed. Black Panther got buffed. Daredevil is still strong. Who do you pick? Who do you call? The Ghostbusters? No, you call fucking Peni Parker because of how cracked she is at anti-dive. Even the Thing, you see, and that's another character. You see the Thing so often. You see the Thing. The Thing. I've seen the Thing more times than honestly, like more times than like Iron Man. I really don't see Iron Man that much, but Peni cooks the Thing, bro. Also, Jeff also picked a lot. Peni cooks Jeff. Peni cannot ult at all. Or sorry, not Peni. Jeff cannot ult at all in Peni mines. Because like if Jeff ults in the Peni mines, like let's say your team is on the Peni mines. The Peni nest, sorry. All you do is place your Peni nest. Your team's on the nest. Jeff ults. He goes, tries to swallow your team. Within one split millisecond, 10 Peni mines teleport to Jeff, one-shots him. Jeff can't do anything. He's dead. You just save your entire team by doing nothing. You just literally were existing and you just counter Jeff. Like, Peni is so good still. Like, she's not broken like she was before. If this was last season, like, considering her team up, she would be S tier. Like, I'm not even joking. Peni would be S tier, especially with my luck, because every time playing ranked, I would get the Clintar map. Like, I would get 5 matches of Clintar, 5 matches of the Tokyo map, 5 matches of Clintar. It's crazy how many times playing ranked I would get a good Peni map with that team up. And so she, like, last season she'd be S, like, straight up. But this season she's B. Like, I think that team up definitely, like, kicked her down like a bunch of notches, like, overall. But considering that dive is still strong, you counter Jeff just by existing. You give your teammates so much utility with the shields, the movement speed, and the healing. You heal your team. And no one bans her. No one bans Peni anymore. You rarely see it. And you still have a 3-second stun. Everyone forgets it. Peni, if you play Peni, you can stun someone every 3 seconds. Just stun. 1, 2, 3. Boom, stun. 1, 2, 3. Boom, stun. Like, Peni is cracked. Peni is really good. That's my hot take. Rogue. Honestly, I've seen Rogue is like a Peni. I've seen so many people say Rogue sucks. I've seen so many people say Rogue sucks. Oh, Rogue's C tier. Rogue's D tier. Like Rogue sucks because Poke is strong. Hell nah, bro. Rogue is A. Rogue is A tier. Rogue is so strong. Rogue is so strong at bullying, at like bullying the backline. She's so survivable. It is so hard to kill Rogue because she could literally fly in the air. She can give you like 2 roundhouse kicks. Like, you could be fighting someone else. Rogue could just boom, zuck you. She just pushes you to the ground, like, gains healing from you, steals your ability, and then she goes up in the air. She does 2 flying kicks. She karate chops your ass like she has a black belt, and then she ultimates, and then she just steals. She heals from your entire team, and then you just die. You're just dead. Rogue is A tier. Rogue is super good. Rogue is super strong, especially if you're really good on Rogue. Rogue, I didn't think they could make a character that is more survivable than Magik, but they have. Like, fighting Magik, bro, and seeing Magik teleport like 3 times, dash across the map, and then also like take cover, and then within that 5 to 8 seconds she has another dash. She goes to a health pack, and then Magik ults, and then she has more health now, and then she just, like, they somehow made a character more like anime coded and like so just teleporting and mobility on its. And it's just Magik if Magik was a tank, basically. It's crazy what Rogue could do. Rogue is really strong. And her punch too, man. Like, you don't think Rogue would do that much damage, but her punches, when she like absorbs damage and she's like, oh yeah, the damage you absorb, boom, she fucking clobbers your ass. That shit does a lot of damage. Her clobbers are fatty. Like, it does a lot of damage, boys. It does a lot of damage. And the Gambit team up. That's without even talking about the Gambit team up. Oh my god, bro. It is so unfun seeing Rogue go and each punch, every single punch, you just see like a blue like Gambit like circle. It's like when you see water dripple into a pond, but that's damage right there. That's a lot of damage. Like, just her AoE damage punches, bro, is so crazily strong. I don't think it's as strong as Magneto's, because Magneto could do that ranged. He can get a lot of damage ranged. Like, Rogue still has to, get in your face and deliver that damage. But Rogue Rogue's survivability is really strong, and she's going to be backed up with healers, right? So Rogue is going to have 2 healers in the back and just doing a Mike Tyson on your ass, AoEing, just AoE farming on you. She's just AoE farming. It's crazy. Like, that team up is crazy. That team up is crazy, boys. Mag is bottom of S, might have been. Yeah, I mean, I think overall Mag is probably better than Groot, I'd say. I think overall Mag is better than Groot just because, like, you do see shield tanks more often, and Groot ult, can be countered by that, and he just completely counters Punisher, and you do see a lot of Punisher, and Mag is never banned. I've seen more Groot bans than Mag bans. I've seen more Emma Frost, Groot, Rogue bans than Mag. Mag is he's got to be the least banned character. He's such a chill, like, no one bans this guy, even though he's so strong. He's so strong, boys. No one. No one even... everyone forgets that Mags exists in banning phase. That's why I have him over Groot, personally. But yeah, all right, boys. Next up. Do one more tank. No, we got 2 more tanks. 3 more tanks. Okay. The Thing. Here's the thing about the Thing. The Thing, dude, everyone was sleeping on my boy The Thing. Last season, everyone was like, Thing, Dio, could you swap off The Thing? I don't think we need The Thing. Obviously, like, last season, Dive was not as strong as this season, right? Obviously. So, like, fair. But they didn't buff The Thing. Right? They didn't buff The Thing. But you know who they did buff? Dive. They buffed Dive. The Thing, you can get so much value from, my man. You can get so much value from The Thing. Such a easy to pick up character. And Dive got buffed. Dive is at its strongest it's ever been in a while, in a fat minute. And considering you're like, oh, dude, The Thing is so weak, dude. They're going to pick Phoenix. They're going to pick Hela. They're going to pick Moon Knight. They're going to pick... You can pick corners as The Thing. Like, a really good Thing takes cover, right? He takes cover, he hides behind a wall, and whenever there's a choke point, whenever, like, you're defending a point, The Thing is so fucking good at defending points. Attacking, he can still attack, but defending, my man, is a Thanos level threat, because he can just hide behind a wall, and someone comes by, he throws clobber. He goes clobber in time. He throws back-to-back right hooks. It does 100 damage. He gets overshield, and you can jump to your ally, give them damage reduction. You can jump to your enemy, give them a damage amp, so they take increased damage, and everyone forgets about that. Everyone forgets about the damage amp on The Thing, and you can kill so many targets with just by jumping on them and just giving, just having your teammate follow up, or you just throw a right hook. And The Thing does a lot of damage. I mean, like, burst damage wise, he doesn't do like a lot of consistent damage. But and then of course, if they go Black Panther or any Dive character, you just pick The Thing. No one bans The Thing either. Like, if they ban The Thing, they're going Black Panther. There's no other reason. If they ban The Thing, they're going Black Panther. And if you don't ban Black Panther, you're probably cooked. But The Thing is like Superman when it comes to... He is the most perfect, strongest character. He's S tier, honestly, for Dive. For Dive, S tier. Like, without a doubt. You can't even argue. My man is S tier for Dive. And his team up is solid. With Invis, he gets like 100 bonus overshield every like 20 seconds. He presses a button, he gets overshield. He presses another button, by punching, he gets overshield. He presses another button by Yancey Street, he gets overshield. And then he presses another button and he gets damage reduction. He is so good at surviving, so good at reducing time to kill for your allies by just jumping on them, by creating space, taking space. The thing is so good. He's so incredibly good, and no one realizes it. I've seen so many people play the thing. Bear in mind, poke is still strong, but if you play the thing correctly by playing corners, taking cover, which sounds weird, like, oh, you're playing a tank, why are you taking cover? Well, so you don't just give them ult charge, right? It's not always, like, when you're playing the tank, you don't always want to take damage, because when you take damage, the enemy is gaining ult charge, but by you not taking damage, you're able to, you know, take space without giving them ult charge. So honestly, the thing is, the thing, man. He's more situational. Like, I want to play some S. I really want to play some S. Because he cooks Cap. Thing v Cap, Thing wins. Thing v Angela, Thing wins. Thing v Doctor Strange, Thing can 1v1 probably all of these characters and he would win. With their team-ups, obviously. Other than maybe Rogue. I think Rogue is the only one that could probably 1v1 Thing and win. Not gonna lie. But overall, he's so incredibly good. Honestly, fuck it. I'm gonna play some high A. I'm gonna play some at the top of A, boys. Hot take, he's at the top of A just because he's just so fucking good. I don't care if poke's strong. If you are playing the thing and playing corners, you're fine. Certain maps, you can't really do that. Caution. You can't just play the thing and win, obviously, right? He's not a mag where you can just press a button and take free space. You have to play corners. Some maps you can't, but most maps you can. So high A if you're defense. Like if you're defending a point, he's a high A. Low A if you're attacking. Like he's still strong. So I'm gonna place him in the middle. I'll place him in the middle. All right, next up, boys. Thor. Thor mains LARPing so they can get another micro buff to their character. So they can go from B to A to S eventually. I've seen so many of those memes. It's so funny. Thor, honestly, like genuinely, as someone who's Lord Thor, I've Lord on most of these characters, by the way. I think Thor. I think Thor's A. I think Thor. Actually, wait. Let me do this. Yeah, there we go. Not saying Cap sucks, by the way. Like, you can get a lot of value from Cap. But I'm saying, like, Thor, though, you can do so much damage on Thor. You could do so much damage on Thor, it's crazy. You can do that much damage also, I've seen on Mag, and on Emma, and on Groot. But Thor, his damage it's in combo with CC. He does a lot of damage. He can displace you. He can CC you. And his, he presses a button, cooks Angela. He presses his, like, storm bubble thing. If Angela just takes one step in that, she can't fly. Right? It like cooks her like diving for the most part. Just like Thing, how Thing can like jump to her and like punch Angela. But Thor does so much damage, that's why I have him higher than Cap. So you could probably carry more games on Thor than you can on Cap, simply because, well, damage, right? You can just do more damage. If your duelists are like playing like Spider-Man or a character that doesn't do that much damage, you go Thor. And Thor consistently can do so much damage, can displace, he can push the enemy team back with his lightning runes just by chain slinging damage. His ultimate is still, a lot of people say it sucks, but I mean, if you displace them and you catch them off guard, you can do it. And as long as you combo it with your lightning realm, your like little bubble, they take like damage by leaving the realm or leaving the bubble, and then they taking like tick damage, like and then it stuns them. Thor's cracked. Thor's really good. But bear in mind, poke is still strong. As long as you play corners, and as long as you can get so many picks on Thor. Thor is really, really strong. I don't want to see people saying Thor is like a weak character. Ah, man, Thor sucks to be playing. It sucks to be playing Thor. You can carry on Thor. You can carry on Thor more easily, and I've seen more people carry on Thor than on Cap. And I've seen more people carry on Cap than on Hulk. Not saying Hulk sucks, but it's just Cap is more like, he's more like a defensive, because his ultimate is a defensive ult, and you can get so much value from his ult. Like, you can literally counter Hulk ult by just going Cap. You pick, like, if they have a cracked Hulk, you go Cap. Hulk says, like, he's hulking out, he's gonna go crazy. He presses his ultimate button. You say, I got you, bro. America's here. What is that? Oil? I got you. America's here. And then boom, you just counter his ult. You just walk to your team. Hulk can't get a single kill. You can protect your entire team by going Cap. Same thing with Peni. Like, I've seen more, like, Penny's still really good, but she's just more, her ultimate's more like offensive. You can kind of, I mean, you can use it defensively, but you can get stunned out of it more. Cap, I've never got stunned out of Cap ult. I think, like, never, not even once. So, but yeah, Thor is solid. Thor is really, really good this season. And especially with dive, if you like play with your healers and your healers get dove, you just go Thor, you just press your button, place your lightning rune down, take space, you displace them, you keep shoving them, you do your lightning, your chain lightning. Like, he's just solid. He's a really, really solid character. So, all right, next up, Venom. Venom's B. Not gonna lie. I think Venom, honestly, it's harder on these characters because you can interchange them. It just depends on like player expression, and they just offer different things. So like when I have like Peni, honestly, Penny's, I would say, is at the same level as Venom, at the same level as Hulk. Not gonna lie. Like, Venom is, like, poke is so strong. Like, the only really, like, Punisher cooks Venom. He can't do anything. At least with Hulk, you can shout at them, and it's going to hit Punisher, and then he can't do anything, and you can just jump away. And let's say you don't have that. Punisher, he takes out his shotgun, he's about to shoot you as Hulk. You place your bubble, you're fine. You just jump away. If on Venom, what do? Well, you have to, like, you know, usually in Venom, you dive the healers, and if there's a Punisher there, what are you going to do? Swing back? And you kind of just wasted your time. Like, you have to at least do some damage, right? And on Venom, you just have to take all that damage. You just have like, you're just a massive hitbox. You have a massive hitbox. All you have is overhealth. His ults can be easily blocked by Hulk, easily blocked by any shields, any healer ults. You can in theory kill through ults, but I think Venom does really well on, it sounds weird, but as a support tank. He supports other tanks really well, because he can either do a lot of burst damage and the other tank can finish it off, or the tank does most of their damage, and then he kind of, like, let's say they escape, he can chase them. Venom is really good at chasing targets because he's so mobile. In terms of mobility, Venom's S tier. He's like the most mobile tank. You can swing across the entire map on Venom. You can do crazy wall runs. Like Venom, mobility, S tier. But overall, I think he's B. I think he's alright. If you're really good on... I think the Venom is good by catching people off guard, right? If the match starts, you don't know what's happening, you're not really paying attention, Venom can dive your backline and kill all of your healers without you even noticing. A lot of players are so fucking oblivious, and Venom could go across the entire map just like Spider-Man and just do what Spider-Man does, but as a tank, right? So overall, like, I don't think Venom necessarily sucks. You just have to be more careful on Venom. Like, if you're playing Mag, you can be oblivious and you have so much more survivability. You could be oblivious on Groot, have so much more survivability. Oblivious on Thing, more survivability. Venom, his survivability is good, but CC. There's CC. He just has to take it, right? Venom could just easily be CC'd. Same thing with Peni. Peni could be CC'd as well. She could be pulled by like Bucky, right? Hulk, he's got the shield. You know, fucking Angela, she can just fly. It's hard to land CC on Angela. Thor, I mean, he has his dashes. You know, like, he could obviously still be CC'd, but he could just use his chain lightning and like be ranged. Cap, he could just pull up his shield. You know what I'm saying? So like Venom overall, I think is alright. I think it's alright. You can do overall, he's alright. You could do well on Venom and he could dominate, but it is very easy to counter Venom. I think that's the best way to put it. Very easy to counter Venom. I'd put Thor high mid B tier. I think Thor, I can see where you're coming from. I think Thor, for a lot of people, think he's underwhelming because his ult doesn't seem that crazy. But I've seen so many people carry on Thor just because his damage. Like, if you play against a good Thor, he will run the lobby. You cannot do anything. He will absolutely run the lobby. He has displacement. He does so much damage. He can stun you with his ult. He can do all that damage range sparing, mind you, because he can use his chain lightning, and he can just constantly keep shoving you, keep displacing you. You can tilt so many people on Thor. You can tilt the team like crazy on Thor. He is one of the most maximum tilt. Like, if you want to tilt the team just and you're good, go Thor. You can tilt the team like crazy. That's another factor that no one talks about. Same thing as Cap. Like, if you're really good on Cap and you're like going on their backline, you can tilt the team on Cap. Thing, not really. Somebody, Mag, obviously, right? I think Thor is just one of those characters. You often just forget how much damage they do. They just do so much damage. So you just catch people off guard. That's why I put him on A, because it's just carry potential. All right, so next up, I think that's all the tanks. Yeah. All right, let's go to strategist. All right, first up, strategist, boys. First up, Gambit. Gambit's for the vibes. If you play Gambit, you're trolling. This is the character. I made this entire bottom tier just for Gambit. You know why? Because you never play him. You never play Gambit. You know why? Because he's banned. That's why he's for the vibes, boys. You'll never have unless it's quick play, but we're talking about ranked. No, I'm just kidding. Gambit, again, he's like my dad. You just never see him. He just disappears because he's banned. So if he's not banned, he's cracked, obviously. Like, Gambit ult is still so unfun to fight against, man. It is so unfun to fight against Gambit ult, and they nerfed it. It feels like nothing. The only thing about it is that you're able to punish Gambit more. Like, you can punish Gambit more because his healing is reduced, especially to himself. So you can kill Gambit, but the ult effects, the increased ult charge, that you can't factor in. It's really hard to factor in how much ult charge they gain. So like when you're timing like, oh, they have ult, or oh, they have this, it's a lot harder because they just gained ult charge. The movement speed, the jump increase, like it breaks the game. It's still broken. It breaks the game, bros. Boys, he is. This is like Wreck-It Ralph. He just broke the entire game. Kim Kardashian breaking the internet. Like, he is still so broken. But I never see him in matches. Because my team and the enemy team ban him first time 9 times out of 10. We always double ban Gambit here. And I'm fine with that because of how strong he is. I don't even have to elaborate on like anything else. You already know he's this strong. Like they barely, like his heals are still really solid. His damage is still, obviously, didn't even touch the damage portion. He still does a lot of damage with and his anti-heal still incredibly versatile. He's just still cracked. And no one can do anything about it other than Marvel Rivals. No one. Gambit, strongest character in the game. He's Thanos. I really wonder once they like get to these other characters like Thanos or Doom, I feel like it would be so funny if like lore wise they're infinitely stronger than Gambit, but gameplay wise and meta wise they're not going to break. I highly doubt they'll break the meta just like Gambit did. We'll see. Like Deadpool, I don't think he's broken, but I think he's strong. But Gambit, whew, come on, boys. Gambit. Crazy. I see Gambit all in my nightmares. I go to bed and I see the entire enemy team flying at me, ready to give me a fucking knuckle sandwich and just karate chop my ass, throw a spear at me, light me on fire, waterboard me as Jeff. It's crazy. Gambit is broken. Like, what are we doing? Can we just please nerf how strong, how much utility this ult does? And the character would be fine. I'd be totally fine with the character. I think his card management is really cool. I think like having to like it's very easy to fuck up his card management. Like he's a harder strategist to play. But that ult is too rewarding. It is way too rewarding. Just making him easier to die in his ult is just nowhere near enough of a nerf. It's not. Like, what is NetEase doing? NetEase needs to lock in, bro. Because, like, this is just absurd. Having a character that's this strong still 2 seasons. 2 seasons of this. Crazy, boys. Crazy. How do you count? Like, it's so funny when they go Mag, Luna, I'm gonna throw my meatball at you. I'm gonna dunk you, right? I'm Mag. I'm throwing my metal ball at you. Slam dunk your ass. Luna, I got you. Slam dunk your ass on Cloak. I got you. Slam dunk your ass on Rocket. Yeah, you can kill Rocket in his ult. Slam dunk your ass on Mantis. Again, like you know, some of these characters need damage boost, but you can kill them. You can easily kill them. Adam Warlock, team wipe. Gambit ult? You can't hit Gambit. He's just jumping up and down, and on top of that, not only is he super jumping like Mario, he can dash 4 times after that. You just can't kill Gambit. So it's crazy how little like cost that ult has, and you just gain it so fast. You still gain Gambit ult incredibly fast. Not as fast as Loki, but I mean, still. So yeah, they need to fix that. Gambit needs to be fixed, like next patch, immediately. So, Warlock. Next support, Warlock. Rest in peace to all the Warlock mains. I have Lord Warlock. And us Warlock mains are cooked because of how for the vibes Warlock is. I think Warlock, unironically, unironically is for the vibes. Like it is so. Yes, can you get a lot of finals if you're cracked at aiming? You could do a lot on Warlock. Yes, you can. But you know what else you could do? With that aim, play Hela, play Phoenix. It's the same aim. It's the same very small hitbox. If you're that good at aiming on Warlock, just play a Duelist. And if you're that good at aiming, which you're rewarded for healing, just play a character that isn't rewarded for healing, because then your chances of winning that match are exponentially increased by so much, man. It is actually crazy how infuriating it is as a Lord Warlock to have him this bad. And it's not even a skill issue. It's just the character is so power crept. Like, he needs a rework. He needs a buff. He doesn't need a simple buff. He doesn't need, like, oh, more healing charge or something. It's his ultimate. It's the way he plays. I think he's a fun character, like being rewarded for aiming, but it's just the type of healing he has. There's only so much you can do by being that good at aiming, because you'll still have a character die right in front of you because you didn't have your snap, because you just didn't have it. There's a limit to how much you could heal on the character. You don't want that. And it's totally different like than Invis or other characters, because they have their main attack heals. They have another ability that heals. So they have one ability that heals. They have two abilities that heal. And then they have three abilities that heal. All their abilities heal, including their main attack. And then Warlock, you just have him snapping, which is on a limited cooldown. And then you have his Soul Bond, which is on a like 40-second cooldown. When you can just get a better Soul Bond, which is a Loki lamp. Loki lamps are just infinitely better Soul Bonds, and that's my hot take. Like the Adam Warlock communities, the Adam Warlock community needs to understand that it is not a skill issue. You can be really good at aiming. And I'm saying you can win games on Warlock, but is it harder? Yes, it is infinitely harder to win games on Warlock. For the sake of your team, it is harder to carry. For heals, it is harder to carry heals. Like, if you look at the top Warlock player, their heals will be infinitely less than a Luna player, than a Invis player, than a Gambit player. And Gambit could honestly do more damage than Warlock. Luna could do more damage than Warlock, because Luna has a damage boost. Gambit has an anti-heal that also increases his damage. Gambit, his ultimate, increases his damage. Warlock, he just does a lot of damage in his main attack. Like, it's just unfair. Like, Warlock, like playing Warlock, you're at a disadvantage. That's what it feels like. And it shouldn't even be a hot take. That's just a real take. They need to do something with Warlock immediately. Just like with Gambit. There's no reason that Gambit has his ult this strong still. And there's no reason that Warlock still feels so disadvantageous, ability-wise, damage-wise, carry potential-wise, and utility-wise than the other healers. I would rather have a Jeff. Not even saying Jeff sucks, but you can do so much more on Jeff than you can on Warlock. Just flat out. Especially on certain maps, you can obliterate the enemy team as Jeff. You can eviscerate the enemy team on Jeff, but you can't on Warlock. You just can't. You're limited. You're nerfed. You're literally nerfed by picking this character. It's horrible. And they need to fix it. They need to fix it immediately. So. Next up, and it sounds kind of heated. I love Warlock, by the way. Again, I have Lord Warlocks. I just want him to get buffs. I want him to get a rework. And I want him to be playable. Because back in the day with Season 0, you can actually build a comp around like Warlock. Like the res comp was actually pretty decent and was used in pro play and was really good. And of course, you're going to have outliers like triple support. Well, obviously, you could play Warlock. You know, obviously, you could do this, but this is, you know, like there's so much cope you can take. Warlock sucks. And you know, we could do better with this character because he's such a cool character, and they nerfed him with the skins. Dude, they nerfed him with his skin. They didn't give him an ult VFX on his ultimate. I wonder if they did that because they're going to rework him, and like his ult VFX, they would have to like change it because they're reworking him. I really hope so. If that's the case, that's a massive W. But they didn't even give him an ult VFX on his legendary skin, which is a banger, by the way. I love I was going to buy that legendary skin, but there was no ult VFX. So I hope that's the case. I hope they rework him, and that's why I didn't give the ult VFX. All right, moving on. We have Cloak and Dagger. All right, boys, Cloak and Dagger. Honestly, the Cloak and Dagger disrespect is crazy. Cloak and Dagger is A tier. Cloak and Dagger is cracked. Cloak and Dagger, you can climb on Cloak and Dagger. Don't listen to the other people that are saying, if you're playing Cloak and Dagger, you're mid. You can't climb on Cloak and Dagger. They're going to go mag. You're gonna die every time. You just play another character. No. Cloak and Dagger, you can so easily climb on this character because she's so effective. Her damage amp is the most effective thing about her. It sounds really stupid. It's like, oh, you're playing a healer character. Wouldn't you want your healing ability to be the most effective part of her? No, you wouldn't. That's why Luna has had a horrible win rate, because the best thing about Luna is her healing. But Cloak, you have 2 damage amps. You can give someone a damage amp that blinds them, bear in mind you, and is very effective. This blind fucking sucks. If they're playing a character like Spiderman, they're playing a character like Venom. There's so many times where I'm playing as Venom, I try to dive their healers and they have a Cloak and Dagger. They blind me, I'm cooked. Do you know why? My web sling. I don't know where to aim. I don't know where I am. I'm blind. Like, it's so crazy how well Cloak and Dagger counters dive, because dive needs an escape. And when they're blinded, it severely makes their possibility of escaping, it drops it so low. It like almost is a guaranteed kill when you blind someone. And even if you don't kill them, there's so many times where, let's say the healer ults and you're on Cloak, you blind them, you damage amp the entire enemy team. Oh my god, that's massive. You damage amp the entire enemy team, and guess what? You can do that twice. Boom, damage amp, boom, damage amp, and they're all dead. They're all dead. As long as your team follows up on it, and there's like proper abilities used and proper attacks used. But that damage amp, you would have to have a Gambit to cleanse that shit. But Gambit's banned. So every time, man, Gambit's going to be banned. And it's not even like, they would have to be like a top 500 Gambit player to really use his cleanse deck right there to be like, oh shit, my entire. And even then, Gambit would be blinded too, right? So it would make, and Hawkeye's really strong. And guess what Hawkeye needs to kill you? Guess what Hela needs to kill you? Phoenix. All these characters, they need their vision. And Cloak can blind them. And it is a pretty far distance. It's like 20 meters or something, 25 meters. You could just be behind a tank, like Strange could be pushing up, and you could be behind them, and you blind them. It goes through, Dr. Strange. It blinds them, and they can't do anything. It just, boom, right there, free blind. And it damage amps. And you got 2 of those. So Cloak is cracked. Cloak and Dagger is really, really good. Specifically Cloak. Cloak is really, really good. That damage amp is the best thing about this character, and is so underappreciated. And that thing alone can win you games. It can win you so many games. So many games. And a lot of people are like, oh, her healing isn't that good. Her healing is so easy to get most heals and most damage on Cloak and Dagger. I've got most heals and most damage in the entire game on Cloak and Dagger. because she's just effective. Cloak and Dagger is so effective. She has amazing AoE heals that now does initial healing, because before it was just slow healing, and I much prefer the initial heal and then the slow healing. It is a massive difference. If they do a lot of damage, obviously you will not notice that difference. But if it's like slow damage, or if you have time to pull up a shield, you do notice that difference, and it's really nice. So Cloak is cracked, her ults, and if you say, oh dude, but Mag is so often pick, dude, just ult undercover as in ult into like a building, take cover, or just communicate with your team, say, hey guys, I'm gonna ult on Cloak, I'm gonna come back around, can you bubble me, can you shield me, and it'll work. So you just communicate, and it'll be fine. So Cloak is really good, and she's A tier. She's really solid. She's cracked. So the Cloak disrespect needs to be stopped. She's effective. Very, very effective. All right, next up we have Invis. All right, boys. Time to get real. Invis. Honestly, Invis is still S tier. Who would have thought? Invis is still S tier. You know why? Hawkeye, Hela, Psylocke, and what does she do? She has a shield. Yes, the shield heals her less. Yes, the shield is less health. She could still go invisible. She still has high mobility as a strategist. She does high damage on her damage sphere, that her like vortex, her psionic vortex that she throws out. Everyone forgets about how much that slaps, and when it's thrown at you, you'll feel it. You're like, damn, I gotta get out of here. I gotta go. Like, my time's up, because it does a lot of damage. It's like 160 damage. It's crazy. And her melee still pushes you away, still can cancel stuff. Still a really incredibly, probably one of the best anti-dive picks. I've seen not that many people ban her, because deservingly so, her healing on her shield was cracked. It was too crazy. Like the mobility she had, the healing to herself, I'm glad they nerfed it, but she's still really strong. Like, the nerfs were good. Could they do more? Yeah, but Gambit needs infinitely more nerfs. Come on. I mean, at least like ult-wise specifically, right? Right, boys? So it's like, but Invis, I really don't see banned that much. High damage, high mobility, just solid. Like, you really can't go wrong with Invis. You really can't. And of course, her shield still blocks Mag ult. And if Mag's there, you just double jump. She still has like multiple escape tools. She's just solid. So next up, Jeff. Okay, Jeff. Honestly, hot take. Hot take. Hot take, boys. I think Jeff, genuinely, I think Jeff's all right. I think Jeff's okay. I think he's okay. I think, especially on maps, he's just like Peni, where at some maps, you can do crazy, goofy stuff with Jeff. Winter Soldier map, you're cooked. If you're against a good Jeff, you're cooked, right? Tokyo map, you're cooked. Clintar map, you're not cooked. You're fine. But what's the other one? Kunlun. Yeah, you're cooked. Yeah, no, there's ledges there. Ultron map, pack it up. Ultron map, pack it up. Free. First point, there's some maps some points, he's like Angela level. It is so incredibly annoying to fight a really good Jeff on those specific points. On those specific points, he's S. Like, genuinely, just like Angela, I would place Angela S tier on certain points because she's just so good at what she does on those points, and it really enables her playstyle. Right? Certain maps really enables her playstyle more so than Jeff, because Jeff ult you can counter pretty easily, but Jeff gets his ult incredibly fast. He gets that shit for free. He gets it like rocket ults. He gets it so fast. And Jeff honestly is more map heavy than Peni, because Peni, now that she doesn't have the team up, like, overall, most maps you could do well on Peni. Like, not gonna lie, most maps you could do well on Peni. Like, you can do really well because you're not ledging people. You just need good spots to place your Peni web nests, right? But Jeff, you really need those certain maps, those certain points where there's a ledge to really effectively play the character, and that's why he's mid. His healing, you could do really well on his healing. It's just the healing portion of his ult that sucks, right? And if you're constantly getting countered on Jeff, constantly getting countered with your ult, you're not getting value, then he's like C tier. All right. If they're constantly countering you, they're constantly one tapping you in your ult, he sucks, right? But he's still effective at healing. His movement speed that he gives on his bubbles are really effective. They're crazy. Sleeper. Jeff is sleeper just for that movement speed boost, and it increases your heal. So if you go in a bubble, it gives you a healing amp. No one talks about that. The healing amp on the bubble is so good for slow heal characters, or just slow healers, or just any healer at all. Obviously, it increases the healing effectiveness, and it lasts for like 6 seconds or like 5 seconds, and the movement speed too. It's really, really good. And the anti-dive portion. He's a bastard. He's such a bastard to dive. Like, Venom can't do shit to Jeff. He can't do anything to Jeff. Like, if you're really good on Jeff, like if they had a cracked Venom on the enemy team, go Jeff. You will not die one time to Venom. He just can't do the damage output. But bear in mind, Hawkeye is really strong, Phoenix is really strong, Hela, and they can all do a lot of headshot damage. So Jeff still is like, he's kept in check, he's kept in line. Overall, I feel like he's pretty balanced. I don't think his ult needs to become like crazy healer ult. I think what he does is well. I think he's a well-designed character because of how unique his ult is. The healing amp is good. The anti-dive portion, he's so fucking good at. Honestly, anti-dive S tier. Not gonna lie. He is better. I don't think he's better than Gambit at anti-dive, because Gambit still can do the anti-heal. He has fucking 4 dashes, and his ult is damn near uncounterable. So I think Gambit is the king of anti-dive, but he's banned, right? And when he's banned, you go Jeff, because the anti-dive on Jeff is cracked. But the thing about anti-dive too, you're like, oh, well, he's only anti-diveable. He's not, because the bubbles increase movement speed, increase the healing effectiveness, and he has his little, like, the projectile ones that knock back. Those are freaking massive on Angela. He cooks Angela with that if you can land it. He cooks Venom with that if you can land it. Like, Venom's about to swing, he's about to swing, pop it. He just wasted that. He used the cooldown on it. He can't do anything now. He's dead. Thor too. Thor's diving you, Jeff. You just pop him, and then you dive into the ground, go away. So, but again, poke is strong, so that's why he's B tier. I feel like you can carry with Jeff on certain maps, but I don't think Jeff every game you can be like crazy on because he is map heavy. You know what I'm saying? So overall, B tier for Jeff. Hot take: people place Jeff like D or C. People like think Jeff is a throw pick. He's not. Some maps he is honestly the best character. And Jeff Nato, boys. Hello? Jeff Nato is still in the game. One of the strongest abilities ever. The only thing that counters Jeff Nato is like Phoenix. Is Phoenix. Or Cap ult. But who's going to play Cap and willingly get swallowed into Jeff ult? No one. No one's going to do that. On paper, it's there. No one's going to do that. Right, boys? Jeff Nato is broken. Still to this day. Still in the game. Broken. His team-ups also with Venom? Jeff Venom team-up cracked. Jeff Deadpool team-up incredibly useful for anti-dive and heals and is cracked. He has the Storm team-up cracked. Absurdly, it can just win you the game if you have Storm Jeff Nato. Storm Jeff team-up. The only team-up that sucks is the Groot one that you honestly never see. Season 0, most broken team-up. Season 6, not so much. Not so much. But all of his other team-ups, really good. So I think everyone forgets his team-ups are so fucking juicy. And his skins, boys. If you're a Jeff main, his skins are so good. You eat so well on Jeff, boys. Boys, Jeff skins are the best skins in the game. He has the first customizable skin. That's crazy. It's so good. So good. So Jeff's B tier. All right, so next up, Loki. Loki's A. Loki's A. I can't put him S. I cannot. Why, you may ask? Moon Knight. Moon Knight is the boogeyman to Loki. Moon Knight's Phoenix also kind of easy. Phoenix is the boogeyman to Loki because any character that benefits from ult charge, or sorry, headshot, like Phoenix, like when she lands the headshots, AoE damage right there, and she heals, she procs a spark, she procs a passive. Phoenix is so free playing Phoenix, and they have a Loki. It is even more so free playing Moon Knights, and they have a Loki. It is free playing Mantis if they have Loki, because you can just farm the headshots and get free leaves. It is free playing Black Panther on Loki because you can farm the passive and just farm the dashes on it. And it is incredibly free. It is kids eat free at IHOP level for Winter Soldier with his ults, dude. It is so free on Winter Soldier. So that keeps Loki out of S. There is so many characters that you put your team at a massive disadvantage on Loki, which some people say is fair, but Loki, just for that, he's not S. Everything else, though, Loki is so effective at. His Loki Lamp, just an infinitely better Warlock Soulbond. Loki Lamp completely counters Psylocke ults, if you have it, of course. And Psylocke gets a lot of play. Completely counters. I don't think it does not counter Phoenix ult, at least near the impact. I feel like the wave can, but the wave doesn't do that much damage. The only thing is like Phoenix ult. Counters Hawkeye ult, because Hawkeye has to obviously shoot the thing, and he's not, because it's going to be like fully locked in on the trails or like the past images. It just counters so many things. Counters Maggle, counters Iron Man ult. His Loki lamps are so good. So good. Like, these so good for that. Incredibly anti-dive. Because you can teleport, you can go invisible. He has a lot of escape tools. You can traverse the map very easily. You can be so survivable on Loki. Not health-wise, but just escape tools. You provide your team with a lot of utility. He, again, has the Mantis team up, which did get nerfed for some reason, even though no one used it. I feel like they should just honestly remove the team up at this point and give Loki a team up with another character. But Loki overall, I want to put him in S so bad, but I can't. He's just so easy to counter. And he is, I don't know why. There's certain characters that counter other characters so easily. Like, obviously, Hela Phoenix. Phoenix counters Hela. Or even, like if they have a cracked Starlord, you go Emma, and you ult. You save. Like, there's characters that obviously counter these other characters. And oftentimes, they won't swap. If they're really good, your teammate, for some reason, won't swap to that character even though they counter it. But when you play as Loki, you better believe they're swapping the Moon Knight. The second you start winning, they're swapping to Moon Knight. The second you start winning, they have Lord Moon Knight, and Champion Moon Knight with the animated Lord icon. The second you start winning on Loki, Champion Winter Soldier with the fucking animated Lord icon. And then they have Champion Phoenix with the they have every character under the sun to counter Loki every time, and it sucks. So but other than that, Loki's a great healer. Great healer. Really, really solid healer. And the skins. Skins are he has really good skins. Lady Loki, of course, boys. So. Alright, next up. Luna. This is going to be hard, boys. This is going to be hard. It's going to be really hard. I might trigger some of the Luna mains here with this placement. But honestly, Luna... I think Luna... Luna's A. I don't think she's S. I think she is A, though. Genuinely, because Luna she doesn't have as much evasive maneuvers, and dive is really strong. It is the strongest it's been in a while. So just go dive, and 9 times out of 10, you can cook Luna. But if they have a good Luna, you're cooked. If they have a Luna that can consistently land those freezes, she's S. If they have a Luna that can land freezes, she is one of the most annoying characters ever in the universe. And honestly, can tilt the fuck out of you. She is honestly the most tilting character, other than Gambit, of course, and some of these other characters, to fight against ever. It will genuinely make you want to uninstall the game. It is crazy, bro. Her fucking freezes. Luna's freeze is so annoying if they're really good at landing it. They're really, really good. She's S. Overall, though, most Lunas, because it is kind of hard to land it, especially if they have, a Jeff that's giving them movement speed, or they have shields. If they have shields, then yeah, you're probably not going to get as much value from her, from her freeze. But if they don't have shields, she's S tier. If you can land it. But if you can't, she's A. I think her healing input is really good. Her healing output is really good. Her stun with the snowflake, obviously. But another thing that so many people forget about is the damage. Luna can just slime you so easily. I've seen so many flanking Lunas where they went triple support, flanking Luna, played Luna as a duelist, and they would win the game. She's like the best flanking. You can't really flank on Invis, because that was Giga broken, because she's fucking invisible, and you don't see flanking Gambit, obviously. But flanking Luna, you do see flanking Luna still, and it is the most tilting experience ever, because they're always good at landing their freezes, and it's viable. You can do flanking Luna. It is viable. You can do it right now, and you can win games. Her ult is still really good. The damage boost on it is really good. The healing on it is really good. The skins, she's getting a skin. She's obviously meta. If you play Luna, you're gonna, good luck on your wallet. But she's just super strong. Like, you just can't... Bear in mind, you have to aim, obviously. And if they go shields, the value of the damage portion of her is greatly reduced. But the Thing, if they go the Thing, if they go Thor, if they go any character without a shield, woo! Luna is... We're back, baby. Luna's in town. You better watch out, because she's gonna cook your ass. Luna is strong, and I'm tired of people saying she's weak. If the people say that she's weak, it's a skill issue because you have to aim. And there's certain points where you just can't aim because they have a shield. So like then they're just going shields and they're just countering your character. This, it's okay. But Luna's strong. Luna's really strong, and she's not an easy character because you do have to aim with her. So, but I think overall, if you're a skilled Luna, you could outperform Loki. Safer pick than Loki, obviously. Safer pick than Cloak. So. And next up, boys, Mantis. Okay. Whew. Mantis. I still don't have the Battle Pass skin for you that I really want. Lord Mantis, boys. Honestly, Mantis... Oh, also, Luna, the team up. Another thing, Luna with the team up to Emma is cracked. That team up is nasty, yo. The team up with the Ice Wall is crazy. It is so strong. And Emma is obviously picked. Honestly, I'm gonna do it. I totally forgot she gave that team up. She's S tier. She's the most balanced S tier on this list. Bear in mind, that's the disclaimer. She's the most balanced S tier character on the list. She's not broken. Luna is not broken. Invis is more broken than Luna. She has more utility, can do more. I think Invis is infinitely better than Luna, most cases. But that team up with Emma, flanking Luna, her ult is still solid. I think she's S. I genuinely think she's S. So I had to get that clarity in real quick before I was like, oh yeah, that team up. All right, next up, Mantis, because I was thinking about Mantis' team up. Okay, so the team up with Groot with Mantis. I think Mantis is B. Genuinely. Mantis is B for solo queue. Mantis is S if you're coordinated. But Mantis, solo queue, rough. I dare you to solo queue through Bronze to Grandmaster or Bronze to Celestial. Just make an alt account and play ranked. I double dog dare you to only play Mantis and you cannot leave voice chat. I want you boys to hear type of shit that people say on Mantis, like, bro, like you could have the most heals at the end of the game. They don't care. Your team doesn't care because the heals are slow. And that's the problem with Mantis. The heals are slow. And for a lot of people, that will tilt the fuck out of them. Mantis is the most tilting character to have on your team for most people. People would rather have Warlock on their team genuinely than Mantis because of how tilting it is that no one talks about this shit too. Everyone plays Mantis. Oh, she's S tier, in top 500. Dude, fuck top 500. No one actually is going to be like, dude, Mantis is OP because top 500. And then the people are going to play Mantis in silver. They're going to play Mantis in plat, play Mantis in bronze, and then they're going to get flamed the fuck out of because they're on Mantis. They're going to get flamed the fuck out of because they're on Warlock. Like, so in actual reality here, coming down to earth, not top 500, she's B tier. I don't think she's C tier because she's still like her ultimate is still really good. Definitely, it's just a diet version of Gambit's ult. It's just a worse Gambit ult, basically. Because Mantis was the OG Gambit ult where you press it, everyone pack your bags, boys. We're gonna get engaged. Like her ult used to be the first healing engage ult. Let's go in, like team wise. Like let's as a team move forward. And it's just sad to see that Gambit's still the favorite child. His ult is still cracked out of its mind. And better healing and better damage than Mantis, who's still in triple support jail. Everything that Gambit has, Mantis deserves it 5 times more. Gambit is just a broken Mantis. I'm saying it now. Gambit is literally a broken Mantis. It's crazy to see it, but it's true. But Mantis, still solid with her damage amp on your allies. That you can stack. You can stack the damage amp. Her heals do max health healing, so they do more heals on tanks, even though they'll say, where the fuck are the heals? Even though you have like 5 5 leaves on them. But it's just such a grueling experience to be like ding 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 ding, place all your heals, and their health bar goes and then they die. That's the problem with Mantis. Especially solo queue, boys. Do not Mantis solo queue. If you want to tilt your team, S tier. She's for the vibes, boys. But overall, I think she's B tier. You can win as long as your team isn't crazily tilted, and you know what I'm saying, you're communicating. People do like Mantis. People love having Mantis. Sometimes you just have to have your leaves, and you have to aim really well on Mantis. So. All right, next up, boys, we have Rockets. Okay, Rocket. Honestly, I think I'm gonna have to do it. I think this is a incredibly hot take. I think he's C tier. I think Rocket is C tier. Rocket, anytime. Okay, I will say this. If you ban Phoenix, Rocket shoots straight up. If either you ban Phoenix or the enemy team just doesn't play Phoenix, Rocket shoots up to A. Rocket's A. No Phoenix. You ban her, or they just don't play Phoenix, or let's say they play Phoenix and they suck at Phoenix. That's like a freaking reverse Phoenix thing, where you play Rocket, they play, they're not Lord, they don't know what they're doing, and they suck. Then yeah, you can win games. But there's a like half chance they'll be like, oh, Rocket? Who counters Rocket? The enemy team like, who counters Rocket, boys? I think Phoenix. And they just press their ults, and they every time back to back counter your Rocket's ult, and you lose the game. So C tier. If Phoenix is there, he sucks. And you're like, well, obviously that's his counter. Well, his counter is never banned, even though his counter is also really strong. No one bans Phoenix. No one does. I don't know why. She's still really strong. She's really, really strong. Phoenix is really strong, but no one bans Phoenix. And it is so easy to like, and the nerfs, he did get nerfs. I will say that. He got nerfed. And his nerfs, honestly, hurted him. It hurted him. Rocket he's nowhere near as anti-diveable as he was before. He's not like infinitely more diveable, but it is noticeable. When I'm playing Venom, when I'm playing Hulk, if you're a duelist and they go Rocket and the Rocket starts, he starts being Rigby and he starts crawling on the walls. He's like in slow and reverb now. Instead of being a Nightcore, like he's slow and reverb. He's like, he's so easy to track. He's infinitely much easier to kill. And of course, Phoenix exists. And of course, is you could destroy it. So that's just sort of the biggest weakness to him. But his BRB is cracked. I will say his BRB is so juicy. His BRB can win you the game. There's so many, like, you can, like, a long game, you could, like, res, like, maybe 20 times. It's crazy, like, how fast and how useful the BRB is for Rocket. So, again, considering that Phoenix is really strong, and considering solo Q, you can win games Rocket solo Q. Just ban Phoenix. When you ban Phoenix, Rocket is A, right? When you don't ban Phoenix, they go Phoenix, you're cooked. You just lost the game. It's excruciating, and I often see so many times Lord Rocket just refusing the swap, and they have Phoenix, and they just want to just like play it out, and then we just lose. So he's super tilting to have when they have a Phoenix and they refuse to swap. And of course, he doesn't have the Peni Rocket team up either. So he doesn't have the Peni Rocket team up, and like that was fatty on him. He was straight up. He was up here, boys. He was up here last season. I'm telling you, he was up there with Peni last season. Now, yeah, now, should I say C? I think his healings are all right. I think they can be good, especially on certain maps like Ultron. I'll play some B. Maybe I'm being too harsh. I'll play some B. Just make sure Phoenix isn't banned. Phoenix, again, C. But overall, I think his heals and BRB does carry it. Actually, in Starlord team up, that team up is really good too. So I changed my mind. Rockets B, Starlord team up, BRB boosted him up, especially that Starlord team up. It is really good because Starlord is some crack Starlords out there and can do God's work with that team up. So Rockets B. Just ban Phoenix. All right, Rocket. Now we're on to Ultron. My poor Ultron mains. My poor boy. Ultron, my man. Oh man, he's having a rough time. Even with the 2 drone nerfs, it is like so tilting. He's like, guys, let's go triple support. Or no, it is so tilting to have an Ultron, not insta-lock, but like you have like, let's say Invis, and having an Ultron insta-lock Ultron after that. And they're not Lord. If they're Lord, then it's like, okay, maybe he can perform. And then oftentimes, Lord Ultron, they usually do perform. And they're actually pretty decent. Non-Lord Ultrons, though, dude. Hooked. GG. Non-Lord Ultron. Insta-locking Ultron after seeing a main healer like Invis. Back it up. And they're not going to swap. But in reality, though, I think overall, it's just Ultron's weird because he puts your team at an even more weird position. And you, like, I have less trust in a Ultron than I would Mantis. You know what I'm saying? Like, I trust Mantis more because he's just easier to play. Ultron is harder to play than Mantis because with the double drone, but like the double drone buffs and the damage amp now that you have to look. Ultron has to choose which ally he has the drone on to damage amp, so it is harder to play Ultron now. He's not as easy as before, where you just literally boom, press a button and you just do your own thing, and then at the end of the game you get MVP. You cannot do that at Ultron now. Like you actually have to play the game. You have to lock the fuck in, and you're like doing aerial movement, and like Ultron is so fucking skilled. It's crazy. Like no one talks about that. Ultron skill wise is fucking crazy. He's so much harder to play than Gambit. So much harder to play than Luna because he's flying. double drone management, and you have to literally look at your ally and make sure to choose. And it's very easy to fuck it up if they're like crisscrossing and like fucking doing crazy stuff all over your screen, and applying that damage amp and like enhancing them. So, but overall, solo queue Ultron, cooked. You're cooked, bro. Hop on the voice chat, make an alt account, only play Ultron. You'll see the absolute diabolical stuff they'll say to you. Worse than Mantis, more tilting than Mantis. You play Ultron, it is more. Actually, no, fuck this shit. Ultron is S tier. He is higher than Mantis when it comes to tilting your team. Your team will genuinely FF instantly. Second round, they'll all agree if you play Ultron. But Ultron, man, I don't even think he sucks that bad. I just wish his ult was better. I wish his ult was longer. He's such a cool character. Lore-wise is so cool. He needs more skins. Still doesn't have a legendary skin. Still, to this day, boys, doesn't. He's just the least favorite child, just like with Warlock. So I have to put him for the vibes. Can you perform on Ultron? Yes, just like you can on Warlock. And if you guys are saying, oh, like, why is Warlock? Yo, why is Warlock for the vibes, dude? Like, go back, I explained why. You can perform on Warlock, you can perform on Ultron, but good luck playing them solo queue, because you are at a disadvantage with these characters and they need to get reworked or buffed. Like, even more so than any of these characters. Warlock, Ultron, still need love. They need love. They need love from the devs. They need love from Guang Guang. So, all right, boys. Next up, I think that's all the healers. That is duelist time. And the first duelist we got is BP. Oh, man. BP. Season 6. Season 6 of BP. I genuinely think, this is going to be a hot take. Genuinely think BP is B tier. These buffs, right? On paper, didn't seem like a lot. But what I've noticed, the BP mains are back. And they're noticing that they can actually use their fucking ultimates. They can use their ultimate and get value from their ultimate, because they're not in the most vulnerable position. It's like if BP just bent over and he's wearing like a skirt or some shit, because before, no damage reduction. He was just literally in this animation of tremble before, like 1 second of just flexing and throwing bass at you. Now that 50% damage reduction is massive, just huge on BP. It is so good on BP because he can use his ultimate now. In most cases, if BP, uses his comms and he's like, hey, healer, I'm going to ult, heal me. He is immortal. You cannot kill him because he has 50% damage reduction. And if you really wanted to use a cracked BP, you got the Hulk. He's not dying. He's getting that ult off. You cannot stop him, literally, because he's an unstoppable effect, and he's getting a damage boost on his ult when you focus him. So he has the damage boost as a cushion. You focus him because he's ulting because you want to kill him. But when you do that, what you do is trigger his passive. That's what BP mains don't tell you. You trigger his passive and you give, oh shit, now he has damage amp because that's his passive. No one knows what the fuck BP's passive is. That's what it is. And now, boom. You don't one-shot them, but you do big burst, fatty burst damage, and then split 0.1 second later, dash, dash, combo, combo, dash, dash, dash. That's what BP does. And what BP does is tilt the fuck out of your team. If you got a good BP on the enemy team, you're gonna get tilted. This character is the most tilting fucking character to fight against ever, duelist wise. If they're good, like genuinely, you'll have people sitting at your spawn because their BP is good. Like, he is so weird. Tilting wise, S tier as a duelist. Cracked tilting wise. Overall, though, he can still be easily countered by the Thing. Thing gets a lot of play. Rogue slimes his ass. Thor slimes his ass. Mag, Bubble the healer. You know, like, there's a lot of counters to BP still to this day. Obviously, there should be counters, but there's so many counters to BP where, like, it is just genuinely a skill issue if he's rolling your team. Not even saying that BP is easy, because he is a hard character and it requires a lot of patience, but man, oh man, BP got a whole lot scarier just from that one little, like, 5 more damage and that 50% damage reduction, which I didn't even think about. That was a way to buff him, and it helped a lot. It helped a lot, boys. But I don't think he's OP at all. No, he's not OP. He's nowhere near as OP as some of these other duelists at all. Is he playable? Abso-fucking-lutely. Just like Rocket. You can play Rocket. Play Mantis. Like, these characters overall, like, just to clarify, are playable, and you can do decent on them, but the gap between B to A is large. But the gap between S to A, for the most part, is pretty close, at least tank-wise. Healer-wise, not really. Tank-wise, yes. Definitely not for Gambit, though. Gambit's still the king. He's still the prince of Marvel Rivals, still to this day. All right, boys. So next up, Black Widow S tier, boys. You already know. Black Widow S tier. The face of Marvel Rivals. You thought Jeff was the face of Marvel Rivals? No. Black Widow, boys. S tier, cracked. The amount of... I walk outside and I hear people talk about Black Widow now. Like, the amount of attention Black Widow has been getting is crazy. No, but actually, though, Black Widow, I've been seeing so many Black Widows, bro, in ranked. So many. It's crazy. So many Black Widows in ranked. It is wild. And I've seen a lot of them that are actually pretty good. Bear in mind you, we would still win against them because they're playing as Black Widow. So they still, like, you would have to be cracked out of your mind off. You would have to be literally plugged into your computer, like every shot headshot, to really roll and really perform on Black Widow. But shields exist. Again, shields, like Shield, Dr. Strange, huge. What are you gonna do? Or diving Black, like, as a team diving, because if you are like BP or one character diving Black Widow, she can oftentimes stop you because, you know, she has that CC. But if 2 people are diving Black Widow, she's cooked, as we know from the recent tournaments, obviously. So for the vibes, boys. For the vibes, like W vibes, L vibes. They need to do something. I see some concept rework or concept art of, like, Black Widow before she was even, like, you know, when she was in development of Marvel Rivals and they're still, like, making the game, and she had fucking Uzi, bro. She had dual Uzis. Give her a proper rework, please. Honestly, she deserves this the most, because there was never a time where Black Widow was actually, like, S tier. Warlock, a lot of people could say Season 0 Warlock was S tier because Rescom. A lot of people would say Ultron was S tier when he was first released because he was really strong. Black Widow, boys. Black Widow, when When was Black Widow ever S tier? Never. There's never been a time where Black Widow, not once, where Black Widow's S tier. So she deserves a rework, the absolute highest. So I hope she gets one, like, immediately. And also, she doesn't have a legendary skin. Notice how for the vibes, actually no, Warlock just got a legendary skin. But notice how none of them have ult VFX, but for the vibes, none of them have ult VFX. Interesting. Venom does. Jeff. Oh yeah, Hulk. Yo, buff his skins. Hulk needs a buff. Hero Hulk. Shout out to the stream. Hero Hulk. He needs some more buffs. All right, back to the. Oh shit! I totally forgot about Strategy Deadpool. I'm off the goof juice here. Oh no. I forgot Deadpool oh my god, dude. Let me continue with Duelist, and I'll do Deadpool last. Actually, I'll just do Deadpool with Duelist. Sorry, I keep switching up. Blade's B tier. Stop the cap. Nah, dude, Blade is B tier. You can perform well on Blade. I think the buffs are better for him, but he's not broken. He's not broken. He's nowhere near broken. He's nowhere near as dominant. Like, compared to previous Blade, this is Blade on steroids with Super Saiyan form, with like a Sensu Bean, training in the hyperbolic time chamber. Like, this version of Blade is the strongest version of Blade ever, and he feels so much more fun to play because you're just giving the anti-heal with your Blade form, which is how he was supposed to be played originally. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's Blade. You're supposed to play Blade with his Blade out. And you can now actually do that and really just play Blade, only Blade. You know what I'm saying? You don't really have to use your shotgun form that much on him. You can if you want to do the slow, but that anti-heal is very incredibly useful now that it applies each slash. And anti-heal is still strong. It's still strong. Like, there was never a point where anti-heal was weak before. I mean, anti-heal wasn't in the game before until Blade, you know, like giving it to someone. But I think if you combine Blade, obviously, with another ult, like, you can get solid Blade ults on his own, just like Moon Knight. But if you combine Moon Knight ult, Namor ult, obviously any ult in the game with another ult, it'll be better. And well, Blade, you can consistently perform well, consistently win games when you just communicate. And as a healer, healing Blade is a lot better with the buffs too, simply because the anti-heal to himself is less punishing. So Blade overall is just so much more fun. Feels a lot better. W Blade. All right, so up next, boys, we got Daredevil. Oh man. Daredevil. S. Are we serious? Dude, no one plays this guy anymore. Where are the Daredevil mains? No one plays him. They're gone. I haven't seen Daredevil in my match this entire season, and we haven't banned him. No one has banned him on my team. I haven't seen him, yet he's still S tier. Bear in mind, you're not going to just win the game if the team has brain cells, that is. If the team doesn't, you're going to win the game with Daredevil every time. But if they really want to counter you, they just go Thing. They go Jeff. Even fucking Hulk. Jeff just saves his ult and just swallows Daredevil and he just dies. Loki. Kind of. Well, like, Daredevil still cooks Invis. Daredevil still cooks Loki because the invisibility. Daredevil cooks Luna because he can deflect the fucking the Luna freeze. So yeah, he's still really strong. And the nerf should be more. I think they need to nerf his just burst damage. I think it's fine if he has like continuous damage, but he still is just so mobile, so tanky, and does just a lot of damage. But I think you just see no one play him. for some reason. Like, I think he's still solid simply for the diving aspect of it. Like, he's still effective. You can still effectively play Daredevil very effectively. Next up, Tankpool. Honestly, I think he's mid. Tankpool's mid. Tankpool is really mid. I think he's worse than Blade. I think Tankpool, like, I don't know. I've seen Tankpools pop off, but I've also seen Blades pop off. I've also seen, you know, BP pop off. But I've never seen, like, a really exponentially good Tankpool. You know what I'm saying? Like, usually Tankpool, he would swap off to, you know, or sorry, not Tankpool, Deulistpool. So holy shit. I don't play Deulistpool, so I totally messed up. My bad, boys. My bad. Deulistpool is mid. Tankpool, S tier. S tier. My brain. It's late at night, boys. Tankpool, S tier. Deulistpool, mid. Deulistpool, I think, is weaker than Blade. I think Deulistpool is not only weaker than Blade, I think it's harder to really, I think the katana build to Deulistpool can be very effective, because again, he gets his ult very fast. However, he just doesn't seem as popular and as carry potential wise as Tankpool or Healerpool. And that's why Healerpool, I totally forgot for the vibes. Healerpool genuinely is S. I think Healerpool is better than Loki, better than Cloak and Dagger. Yeah. I'd say yes. Ult-wise, maybe not. I think Cloak ults could still be more impactful, but it's just Healerpool, you get ult so fast. That's kind of like the only sort of comparison with that. And of course, Loki, like, you just Moon Knight. There's so many counters to Loki, but who counters Deadpool? Let's say they're going Mag. You ult as Healerpool. Mag will not dunk you as Healerpool. Do you know why? Because you have a double jump. You can go to your katanas. You can dash twice. He's so incredibly mobile, so incredibly anti-dive. He does a lot of damage, potentially, too. With his, like... Does Lord Icon do more damage than, like, the fucking voice line? Like, that Lord Icon batarang, his boomerang Deadpool icon, is so cheesy. It's so good. Area Denial. 2 area denials with his AoE around him. Fatty area denial with his... Does Lord Icon do more damage? And his passive too, man. It is so nice having that passive. You're about to die and you're just like, oh wait a second, I'm fucking Deadpool. I don't need to die. And you just regen. You get that every like 30 seconds. It's so good. No, everyone forgets about that part. Everyone forgets about that part. And it is further amplified on a healer because he can heal, and you don't want your healers to die because they're very important. And Healerpool is cracked. He's really good. Is he really hard? Yes. Can you underperform in Healerpool? Yes, just like on Tankpool. But in most scenarios and on paper, he's very effective. Very, very effective. And his ult is, I think, better than Deulistpool. Just because, I mean, it just heals, obviously, and you can engage more team-wise, and it can be more effective because his other abilities are just very effective at healing. So his ults, you know, picking off a target is just more, I feel like, more effective on Healerpool, just like on Vanguard Pool or Tank Pool. Deulistpool, I think he's mid, but maybe, you know, like, he could be like a Wolverine where, you know, he's slept on. Not a lot of people, like, people are choosing Deulistpool, DPS pool, but they would always swap. I feel like Deulistpools always eventually swap. You know? I don't know. but he's playable. I don't think he sucks. I don't think Deulistpool sucks. I think they did Deadpool really well. I think overall, you know, 2 out of the 3 roles that he's in, he's strong. He's really good. But I don't think he's broken. And they fixed his his ultimate, where when he dies, it doesn't just completely refresh his ultimate. So he is counterable. You just kill him when you do kill him. And he's not as annoying because he's not constantly like just building up his ult charge. But yeah. Hawkeye, S tier. To all the people that were like, dude, Hawkeye, you know, he's like B tier or A tier last season. Dude, he was S tier last season, and he's still S tier this season. He's so strong. Hawkeye is so strong. If you want to win games, Hawkeye isn't banned. Learn how to play Hawkeye. If you can aim, you will climb. If you can aim, you will climb. But bear in mind, he isn't an unkillable demon god like Daredevil. Right? Hawkeye, you can dive Hawkeye, and you can effectively kill Hawkeye. I've done it so many times. It would be Lord Hawkeye. My team would be like, fuck, we didn't ban Hawkeye. Are we cooked? Are we cooked, boys? What do we do? We would dive him, and he can't do anything because there's just so many, there's so much like characters on him, he can't one tap you, and so he wouldn't be effective. So there is counterplay to him, but the biggest counterplay to him is that you rarely see him because he's banned, because he's really strong. So I think, yeah, of course, Hawkeye is just, he's so strong. And very tilting, extremely tilting if you don't ban him. It is crazy, like, how Hawkeyes can run the lobbies from so far away too. Of course, like, it's not even like the rare times that you would see him, like, I guess you would see him all the time in theory if you're in bronze, silver, or gold, right? But when you can ban Hawkeye, you just won't see him. But he is, of course, well, it's because he's really strong. So I think the biggest nerf to him that I would do is his ultimate. His ult's so fucking strong, man. Hawkeye ult is like Gambit ult. It is so fucking strong. It is so incredibly unfun. And you could be a full-ass tank. You could be a full tank, and Hawkeye would just machine gun your ass, walk you down. Just... his attack speed is so fast, man. He's just archering you like this is a balloon's tower defense, just popping up, pop, at you. It is crazy. His ult is so strong. But again, I never see these two characters because they're always banned. So, so the game is a bit more enjoyable in that sense. But they need to nerf their ults. Way too strong. Way too strong. Our next up, boys, Hela. Of course, Hela ults. Of course, Hela, her main attack, her abilities, everything. We don't even have to think about it. Hela's S tier. I don't even think they touched her. All they did was touch the team up with Namor, which was better for Namor. Not gonna lie. Also, I almost forgot, man. The Hawkeye team up with Cloak and Dagger is sleeper. If you don't ban Hawkeye and they really, really, really want to win, it's their rank up game. They're gonna go Hawkeye, Cloak, and Dagger. You're cooked. You can't do anything. He's giving, I believe, damage amp, and he heals from that. It's crazy, and he can use that in his ult and do like really just pop the fight. He can team wipe. He can he can already team wipe, but it guarantees a team wipe if he has a team up with Cloak and Dagger. Anyways, Hela, S tier, obviously, crazy strong. She's a sniper. I don't think she needs that. Her like CC ability, I think that would be a good nerf to her. She has an escape tool. She gets shield from the escape tool. I mean, what can you do? What more can you say? Obviously, Strange is better. So if you just don't ban Hela, they will not ban Strange. No one bans Strange. So You know, like Strange is a massively great option to Hela, and you can kind of mitigate Hela's, you know, like effectiveness more so than probably Hawkeye, especially in the ultimate aspect. But she's still crazy strong, obviously. Like she's so strong. So for that, S tier, of course. So Johnny. Oh no, the Johnny mains. The Johnny mains are gonna hate me for this one. Oh gosh. Johnny Storm. I actually, funny enough, I got into Johnny last season. I was really enjoying him just because of the flying. I don't know, I like his flying, and he's just fun. He's just fun to play with, to play as. It's just like, people forget the team up too. Like, they're like, dude, Johnny's, you can just kill him. You just go Hela. With that team up, it's hard. So it is really hard sometimes to kill Johnny. Because the shield he gets. I think Johnny overall, I think Johnny's C. I think overall, he's definitely much weaker. I would prefer to have a Deadpool. I mean, unless they're Lord Johnny. Lord Johnny, obviously they're probably going to be like A. But overall, Johnny, you just never see him. And most times you do. There'll be a Phoenix on your team. There'll be a Hela on your team. There'll be a character that can, like Namor. You know, like there's characters that can easily take care of Johnny on paper. Punisher on paper. Angela. Like, Johnny's easily... You can easily handle Johnny. And that's why you see. His damage is decent. You can do some crazy tech with his ultimate. You can be an annoying bastard, an annoying pest on Johnny, like really, really annoying. And you can be an unkillable demon on Johnny, like straight up. You can be an unkillable demon king on Johnny, but you never see him. Can you solo carry? I feel like, yeah, you can still solo carry on Johnny, but it's gonna be harder. So Johnny C. Johnny C for me. Iron Fist. Iron Fist. Honestly, I've been seeing more Iron Fist play. I think Iron Fist is honestly high B. I think he's the highest B to almost A. Hot take. Genuinely hot take. I think Iron Fist is actually very, very, very playable this season. Like, extremely playable. I think he's really solid ever since, I mean, obviously season 0 he was the strongest, but he is feeling pretty good this season. Like, really, really solid, because the buffs he got were solid. They were amazing for him. The buffs where it increases his duration so he can absorb more damage and just more survivable with his block. And that's a core portion of his kit. And just more damage output, more consistent damage output to squishier targets, and just any target, but obviously it'll affect more squishier targets because he's just more burst damage on his first 4 strikes, and he attacks really fast. So you can really, like, chip down the health of a lot of healers. You can dive, not as well as like a true dive character, but you can do pretty well playing against. You can hold your own, but more so his survivability. He's very fucking tanky. Not as tanky as Daredevil, and not as annoying as Daredevil, but a good Iron Fist can throw hands this season. A good Iron Fist can absolutely carry, absolutely throw hands, be an absolute menace, and there's a lot of carry potential. A lot of carry potential, and he counters Peni. He counters Peni if they do go Peni, just because, like, he can block all the mines. He can counter Hulk potentially. It's just because the displacement. His displacement on his kick is great. He draws a lot of attention. He has high survivability. His damage is a bit better against all characters because he just does more burst damage. Solid. I think he's solid. Solid character. But not, he doesn't suck. I think before he was a bit weaker, but he feels better now. Next up, Iron Man. Iron Man, honestly, is probably C tier. I think Iron Man, honestly, is probably better than Johnny. Actually, let me swap this. Yeah, Iron Man, his ult is very predictable. You can easily block it. You have a better chance. Real tech though, if you go close to the ground and you ult, that's the real tech on Iron Man. If you can consistently land your ults on Iron Man, obviously this would go for all characters. But if you can't, if Iron Man ult slaps, obviously you just delete them, then he is, you can tilt the fuck out of them. He's probably like, probably high B to low A. Very, very, like, this is very generous. Just for his ult, the fact that you can literally delete them. But if you aren't landing your ults, and you're not using your Unibeam, I mean, you're just standing in the back and spamming, that I see a lot of Iron Mans do. Sleeper. Resident sleeper. As in the gameplay, you're just not really doing too much for your team. Like doing that. Johnny, at least you can get up close and personal, and he does like a lot of fucking close burst damage. You have the fire flame, his ultimate. Like Johnny, you do more damage on Johnny long range, right? And honestly, but not close range because Iron Man's Unibeam. But Iron Man's ult, the fact that it just deletes them, if you can land that, I would much prefer that, and it's more carry potential than Johnny's long sustained ult because he is like a target. Obviously Iron Man is, but the window for being a target is smaller. So I'd say Iron Man personally is a bit better than Johnny, but they're you know, they're flyers that are easy to, you know, counter. So you can kind of swap them out just depending on skill wise, but I rarely see Iron Man, honestly. Skins though, Iron Man's meta. He's got really good skins. Next up, Magik. Magik. Oh man, have I seen some wild takes for Magik. I've seen people put Magik C tier, but seen people put Magik D tier. Magik has always been A tier. What are we talking about, boys? Magik has always been A tier. When has Magik, like obviously you have the thing, but you could, Magik is just a better, more consistent, more survivable, more playable Black Panther, even though Black Panther does a better job of sort of the assassin playstyle, because Magik is more brawl. Like you can brawl and, you know, you can one-tap him, but you can't one-tap him as fast as Black Panther, of course. That's the trade-off. Magik is solid, man. She's really good. Can you win every game as Magik? No. Can you win most games with Magik? Probably, if you're, like, you know, decent or good on the character. But I think she's probably, I would rather have a cracked Magik than Iron Fist. Like, Magik, you can probably carry more. You're more effective at what you do. And you can tilt the fuck out of the enemy team more. So she's just honestly a stronger character, and you have to have less of a skill gap to really showcase that. So Magik has always been A. She's always been a strong character, and she's just a brawl assassin that's really good. That's pretty much it. Mr. Fantastic, hot take, B. I think he's playable. I think you can get a decent amount of carry potential on him just because of like his anti-dive potential. His ult sucks balls, but on some maps you can really dunk on the enemy team and just get crazy burst damage when there's like a ceiling. But no ceiling, it sucks. But you do get it pretty fast. He feels, I don't know, Mr. Fantastic, I don't know why I said it like that. Mr. Fantastic, his main attack is fun. I like just and then like swiping. It's just a fun character. But I think Mr. Fantastic obviously what he's known as is like survivability and CC, and he does do a lot of crowd control. He does a lot of CC, he does a lot of stuns. He can smack people around, he can displace people. For that, he's good at. Damage wise, overall, probably not, obviously not that much. You probably can't get some crazy kills on Fantastic compared to like a Magik, and you can't really, I really doubt you're gonna tilt the team by playing this character as much as if you were like really cracked on Magik, you know? So, but overall, I don't think he's like horrible. I don't think he's like garbage. I think he's all right. So, Moon Knight next, boys. I think it's time to lock in. Is it time for the real truth out here for Moon Knight? Real talk, Moon Knight is a demon. Moon Knight is S tier. Moon Knight keeps Loki in check, bro. Moon Knight gets his ult every 10 seconds. Moon Knight is the OG Deadpool, bro. You think Deadpool gets his ult fast? Moon Knight can get his ult fucking faster. Moon Knight gets his ult faster than Deadpool. Easy combos with Groot. Easy combos with any CC. Crazy AoE, even though oftentimes his AoE, you have to pair it with his Ankh. You have to pull them into the center. If you don't, it sucks. But if you do, oftentimes it's really good. He can be very tilting because of just how much damage output, how much just shit he's just throwing at you. And he forces Thing to swap. He forces Thor to swap. He forces those characters, those A characters that don't have shields, to swap because of his damage output, how much damage he's putting out, and that alone is powerful. He's really solid. He is a solid pick all around. And there's some maps, man, no one talks about this. There are some maps that Moon Knight, it is so free to play as him for getting secured kills, getting like pressure, applying pressure, doing damage, everything a duelist and even almost like a tank would be doing, just area denial all around. Like the Ultron map, like the Clintar, like there's some map, well, the Winter Soldier map especially, because you're just in a box, free. It's free real estate, baby. It's free real estate. So Moon Knight is S. Namor is A. Namor is solid. Namor is all around an incredibly solid character, especially now that his squids are tanky as fuck. His squids are super tanky. They got amped up with the buff. He's more of a independent character. He's not a team up merchant now. He's not just like, let's just pick Namor because the team up, because he nerfed the shit out of that team up. Like it is, I think on a 30-second or 40-second. It's not like it feels as long as almost like a soul bond cooldown. That's how long it takes. But Namor is solid. You can carry with Namor. Dive, of course, is really strong. Or not really strong, but it is stronger than it has been in a while. And you see more dive in play. Namor keeps that in check. And he keeps Thing in check. He keeps Thor in check. He keeps Rogue in check. He keeps Angela in check almost too. Like, what are they gonna do? These tanks, they're not gonna be looking at Namor squids. Most of the times, the tanks will leave 1,000% of the time the Namor squids to the duelist. Always, and the duelist will never hit those squids. So Namor is free basically, and Namor keeps Magik in check. You don't really see Namor carry that much as Magik, because Magik is like, it's fun to watch Magik. It's not really that fun to watch Namor, but he's just a solid pick. He's just reliable. He's just a very reliable pick. You don't really see him played that much because he's, it's just aim basically. And people are like, oh dude, you're playing Namor. You don't have to aim. You have to fucking aim, bro. If Namor is popping off, he's popping off because it's aim. Because that's how the character works. Like, you're rewarded by aiming to get more squids. The more squids you have, the more damage you have. The squids are secondary to the aim. So the Namor slander is crazy. And also Namor just counters Jeff. Namor keeps Jeff in line with his ultimate. So Phoenix, S tier. Nothing like stronger than Moon Knight overall. Phoenix keeps obviously everyone in check. Phoenix keeps everyone in check, but Mag. I think Mag can like just completely counter her ults if she like dives into it. But other than that, Phoenix keeps everybody in check, boys. Phoenix is an admin, server admin. She is really good. She has a stun. She heals. Really good as an understatement. She's cracked. She's always strong. She's always has been strong. And I don't know. I've seen a lot of people complain that she doesn't have her melee sparks, but it's like you're playing Phoenix that can shoot across the map. I feel like the melee isn't that important. But anyways, her ult is still strong. Obviously, completely obliterates rockets. Her ult, when you apply the sparks, can do an obscene amount of burst damage. When you don't apply the sparks, it does really no damage. You can still get a kill with it, or if you combo it, you can still get a kill, but it's not that good. But if you do the sparks, times 1,000, really good. Yeah, she's just solid. It's like literally just you just can't go wrong with Phoenix. She's all around great character, and I think nerfing her crowd control would be a good nerf for her to keep her in line. Psylocke, sleeper pick. I've seen like literally no one play this character. No one plays Psylocke. I've seen no one play Daredevil too. It's really weird. Rarely I've seen people play Psylocke. I think all the people that are playing Psylocke are playing like probably Hela, probably Hawkeye, probably Phoenix, honestly probably Moon Knight. Just, I don't know. It's really weird. I haven't seen Phoenix played like at all. Or not Phoenix, sorry. Psylocke played at all. It's really weird. Yeah. But not gonna lie, I have seen more triple support this season. That's probably why. Like, getting Duelist this season has been really easy. I don't play Duelist, but most of the time it would be 2 tanks, 1 Duelist, triple support. Always. So that could be a reason. And it's like Psylocke, damage on paper. I've seen more like solo DPS Punisher. Punisher has been... Punisher is in, bro. So many people play Punisher. Psylocke players are probably Punisher players. Not gonna lie. Punisher is in, bro. Punisher, S tier? Honestly, man? Honestly? Punisher is A. Punisher is A. He's reliable. He's low A. Just because Mag, right? And no one bans Mag, right? But if you communicate with your ults and you don't have like one brain cell and you just say, hey man, tank, can you jump in front of me? Can you protect me? Can you, damage amp me, healer? You will effectively team wipe the enemy team with Punisher. It's so easy to do it. Punisher's incredibly effective. Just communicate. His shotgun is so fucking batty on the thing. Free, killing spree, free kills for the thing. All you can eat buffet for the thing. All you can eat buffet for Thor. Punisher obliterates Venom. Absolutely obliterates Venom. The most. Punisher obliterates Mr. Fantastic. Punisher obliterates everyone. Close range, he's unmatched. He's crazy how much he does. Damage-wise, it's shocking. Like it is actually crazy how shocking the damage the shotgun does when they can land that headshot too. You're dead. You're deleted. Like Punisher shotgun feels like Iron Man ult. Like if you love playing Iron Man, just play Punisher. Just whip out that shotgun. It's crazy. It's just so effective. So he's just A. He's just solid. And disclaimer, as long as you communicate your ult, because a lot of people are like, dude, he fucking sucks because Mag. It's so easily avoidable. You can easily avoid Mag ult, just like with Cloak and Dagger. Easily avoid Mag ult. So Scarlet Witch, honestly, boys, I'm sorry, Scarlet Witch mans. Honestly, she sucks. Scarlet Witch sucks simply because of how counterable her ult is. On paper, she has the strongest ult in the game. On paper, team wipe guaranteed. On paper, incredible sustain, incredible damage. She has a CC that's ranged. She has great movement. She could be healed in her ghost form. All these buffs, all these micro buffs. It's just character design wise, it is so easy, so incredibly easy to counter her. It's crazy. And that if you do play Scarlet Witch and you do win, they deserve the loss. Like, genuinely. Because it's like having a car, not having insurance. It's just stupid. Like, it is absolutely no excuse to be losing to a Scarlet Witch when almost every character in the game can stop her ultimate. That's just how it is. I do like her ultimate has this the pull effect. Like, that's cool. Honestly, if they made that stronger, even if they could have made it like literally you're just stuck to her, you can just stun her still. Like, she still is stunnable. Right. And that's still considering that, oh, you can have a mag on your team and they could bubble you or they can block you or something. When that's considered, sure. Right. You can still play her effectively, just like Ultron. You could still play her effectively, like Warlock. I've seen Black Widow played effectively, but are you just like being are you a disadvantage to your team for the character wise, not skill wise? Yeah, you're playing just to have fun, basically. So that's the character. That's Scarlet Witch, basically. She needs some sort of like. Honestly, her ult is really cool, and she's a very cool character because Magik is involved. Anything Magik, she's a sorcerer. Her main attack is so boring though. It's shot. There's so predictable. Like Phoenix, thing about her too, you're like, oh well, her attack is predictable. She has sparks. She has a passive that does crazy burst damage when she lands a headshot. You don't know when Phoenix is going to land the headshot, but when she does, it's fatty. Scarlet Witch doesn't. She will always do the same amount of damage to you. She will always do the same amount of burst damage to you with her throw. You know how much the CC will last on her stun. You know how long her ult is. She's one of the most predictable characters in the entire game. And that's her weakness. And that's a weakness that Phoenix doesn't have. That's a weakness that Mag doesn't have, because you don't know how powerful his right click is when he throws the metal, because you don't see his charge, for example. You don't know how powerful Emma's laser beam is because she just has the little circle thing. You don't know, like, you're not going to memorize the damage to that. You know what I'm saying? You don't know how many stacks of Fury Daredevil has. But Scarlet Witch, the only thing you don't know is like the stacks of her like right click, but even then you could easily miss that. It doesn't really do that. It could do a decent amount of burst damage, but it's just her ultimate mainly. And her main attack itself sucks. So for that, she's just for the vibes. And I think she also needs a rework as well, or like some sort of buff to make her actually, you know, she is an easy character, so I don't know how they would do that. But so is the Thing. And the Thing is A tier. You know, like, you can have an easy character and they can be strong. So I don't know, it's really weird for some of these characters, because you have easy doesn't really always correlate to how strong they are, you know? So next up, Spidey. Spidey's honestly A tier with the team up. Spidey is A tier with the team up. He's infinitely more consistent now because he gets that 50 over shield. It's infinitely harder to track if he has the overshield, or if you don't think, oh, Spidey's gonna have the overshield. You just kind of, he just has it, right? Or, oh, Spidey has he just put a spider tracer on me that's gonna explode. You never think about that, right? So now that he has this team up, he can choose to use it offensively or defensively. Both options are very viable. And the cooldown on it, I think it's like 20 seconds. But 20 seconds, that's not that long. That was the previous, that was like the Namor and Hela team up. It used to be on a 20-second cooldown. That shit was broken. So this is Spidey's team up with Peni is also on a 20-second cooldown, which Peni also is stronger. I mean, she's not as strong as she was clearly with the Rocket team up, but I put her over Hulk because the Spidey team up is just, I mean, it's just fucking good because Spidey players are cracked. You see so many Spidey players that carry like crazy, more so than BP, infinitely more so than BP. I've seen so many Spidey players, man, that carry out their mind. It's crazy this season with the team up. And they have like a billion hours over Spider-Man. A billion hours on Spider-Man. And so they have the animated mastery on Spider-Man. It's crazy. So Spider-Man is a solid character with the team up. Without the team up, he's infinitely weaker than Punisher. Absolutely. I think he's probably high A without the team up. Like he's probably like here, no team up. I think he's like playable and you can do well on him still. But what Spidey has that Iron Fist doesn't is map advantage. And this massively is more effective on Spidey than it is on Peni because you can tilt the fuck out of the enemy team as Spider-Man. If you're cracked on Spidey, genuinely, he's probably more tilting to fight against, or almost as tilting as Hawkeye. Like a cracked Hawkeye, you're gonna just be in spawn. Cracked Spider-Man, you're also gonna be in spawn. Like they're almost at the same level. Cracked Spider-Man obliterate, run down lobbies. You'll just be sitting on spawn. Your team will just FF over and over and over. They just won't play the game. And he's so effective on the Ultron map. He's so effective on the I've seen Clintor map really good. He's so effective on the Winter Soldier map. Any map where there's a ledge that Jeff does, Spidey can do better with that tech. And on top of that, he cooks. He is perfect, and he's one of the only characters that can do this. That is so unique to Spider-Man, is that he can stop teleports. And that's the only thing that Spider-Man, that's not the only thing that he can do, but that's one of the only things that only Spider-Man can do, right? The ledges makes him so effective, ledging people, like getting ledge eliminations. The team up is really fucking juicy on Spider-Man, and him being able to stop last second TPs that would honestly, without it, you would have lost the game, is massive. So Spider-Man is back, bro. Spider-Man is so back. Spider-Man is really fucking in right now. And he's getting skins, so finally Spider-Man is actually getting some love as is literally the most popular character in this entire game. Spidey, he is back, he's in, and I'm very happy for the Spider-Man mains because they can actually thrive on this character. It's not just fucking surviving out here. All right, boys, next up, Squirrel Girl. Squirrel Girl. All right, so Squirrel Girl, genuinely putting Jep above Ultron is crazy. Mantis and B, bro, go back and watch the video. Like, so many people just kind of like jump in. you have to go back and see my explanation. Just go back and watch it, be like, oh, okay. Because there's a reason why I put Mantis B. There's a reason for all this, all right? Because this tier list is different from, every tier list is different from each one, right? So just go back and watch it. Anyway, Squirrel Girl. I think Squirrel Girl is weird. She's better than Scarlet Witch because there's some maps, and some maps like the Squirrel Girl map, where it has arguably her best map. That first point, free real estate for Squirrel Girl. Like literally free real estate for Squirrel Girl. Ultron map, free real estate. Winter Soldier map, free real estate. She's another map heavy character, and for those maps, she's A tier. Like genuinely, she's A tier. Just the raw. She's just like Moon Knight. She's just a weaker Moon Knight. Just pure raw damage. She can melt tanks like crazy. She cooks the thing. Absolutely obliterates my man. Absolutely obliterates Venom. Absolutely obliterates Hulk if he doesn't have a shield. Cooks the fuck out of Groot. Doesn't do anything to Mag because Mag is just Mag. Doesn't do anything to Angela. Not really the Strange. Cooks Thor. But she is a tank melter. Right? On offense. And defense. It just depends on the map. However, her ultimate sucks overall. Because you can just destroy it. But there's sometimes her ult is super strong. Or it literally has a mind of its own. It's following you. There's nothing you can do. You're playing support. You don't have enough damage to destroy it. You're cooked. It just deletes you. And you get staggered. So like some cases, some maps, and sometimes her ult and her character is strong. It is. It is. She's a strong character on those specific situations. Very, very, very situational character. But overall, she's very weak because you're just doing damage. Like I'm not gonna say it's hard to get final hits on Squirrel Girl, but it's very easy to not get final hits to Squirrel Girl. It's very easy to not get final hits on her, and that it could be healed. And so you're just feeding ult charge. Right. But overall, honestly, I think she's probably stronger than Iron Man. Like, yeah, she's more practical than Iron Man. Especially considering that she's more situational heavy. Or sorry, map heavy. She's very map heavy. And she's really good on Clintar, really good on the Squirrel Girl map, really good on Ultron map. So basically every fucking map, basically. There's a spot for Squirrel Girl. There's every map there's a spot where Squirrel Girl can eviscerate your tanks, eviscerate the healers, pop off like crazy. But do you see it that often? No, because just not many people play Squirrel Girl, and when people do play Squirrel Girl, they're probably a healer main, and you know, healer's already taken. Like there's 2 insta-lock healers and they don't want to, you know, go triple healer or something, so they just pick Squirrel Girl or something, right? But I feel like Squirrel Girl, a great buff to her would make it so she could do headshot damage. Which sounds crazy, but think about it. That means Squirrel Girl would have to aim though, so you would just readjust the damage for that and make it so the bounce is less annoying. Because as of right now, her playstyle, her aim is not rewarded, right? You do not have to aim on Squirrel Girl. You just literally kind of just close your eyes. She's like Rocket Raccoon. But when you introduce headshot damage and you just readjust it and you just make it the bounce less important, that would exponentially make her much more viable and probably better as a character. But a lot of Squirrel Girl mains probably wouldn't like that, so they probably won't do that. That's just, you know, food for thought there. But Squirrel Girl she's C tier. Starlord, boys. Starlord. Okay. Starlord. All right. It's time. It is time. the moment you've been waiting for. I know the 3 Starlord mains and I could say the same thing about Storm. Not gonna lie. I could say the same shit about Storm. The 3 Storm mains are ready. No, but actually though, Starlords, love the character. Love Guardians of the Galaxy. Starlord, S tier. You can carry. Okay, I will say disclaimer. S tier, depending on the playstyle. If you're good on Starlord and you play his playstyle properly and you're playing him close range, S tier. If you're playing like a pussy and you're playing far back, you do like tickle damage. It's actually hilarious how much damage Starlord does, and it's hard to get final hits on him. If you're playing mid range to long range, because you just do that much more damage close range. Like you kind of have to play him almost like a shotgun Punisher, almost, but just slightly more range, just because you have to track and you got to land your headshots. And if you're just literally far back playing like a pussy, you're not landing headshots, you're doing body shots, he sucks. I've seen so many Starlords struggle because of that. But overall, extremely solid if you know what you're doing. If you're skilled on Starlord, you can absolutely easily carry. His ultimate's fucking amazing and beautiful, especially Gambit. Obviously Gambit, right? But just in general, Invis too. Invis, if she pops ult, there oftentimes be someone outside of that ult. Boom, you pick him off, right? And just your ult guarantees every time. Well, not even his ult, is just him existing and him being so mobile. He's so incredibly mobile, so incredibly hard to hit, especially. More mobile, more harder to hit in Psylocke. And just good board, massive damage close range with headshots. But you can do more damage long range. Like if you want to play more long range, choose Psylocke. Like if you are struggling and you're like, oh, you know, Starlord, I can't get as close to them because they have Namor or whatever, just go Psylocke. But again, you really don't see Psylocke this season. I don't know why. It's really weird. She's just really strong. You just don't see Psylocke. I've seen more Starlords this season than Psylocke. I mean, he's just a cool character. Starlord's sick. And of course, Storm. We're at it. Now I can finally say the 3 Storm mains who've been waiting for this moment. Storm. Okay. Storm is the most slept on duelist in the entire game. Storm is like Wolverine if no one, like, if the public never picked up, and the public, I mean like most of Marvel Rivals, picked up that Wolverine was actually strong and they were playing him wrong, right? Storm is like that, but in a permanent state of Season 0 Wolverine, where no one plays Storm. Literally no one. She's so fucking strong, so good at what she does, so effective at damage boosting, and this is the secret. She's just a better Mantis. Storm is a better Mantis. And if you have a Black Widow and she's cracked, pulling a Zaza, playing for the vibes, a true Black Widow main would say, can we get a Storm? She wouldn't say, can we get a Mantis? A true Black Widow would prefer Storm because her damage boost is more. Storm's damage boost is more than Mantis, and it's infinite as long as you have it like permanently on, and it applies to your whole team like constantly. Storm is so fucking cracked. You can consistently carry games so easily with Storm. Very easy character to pick up because it's just, you know, I mean, obviously aiming right, but her abilities are very straightforward. Her shift is just 2 modes, which you would always prefer it on 1 mode. Your E, you just press it and it just fire. It auto aims lightning, like very easy. And then her ult, again, very easy. You just like zoom out and you just click the button and just boom, you're a tornado, right? So very easy to pick up, but very high skill ceiling in terms of aiming. No one plays her, no one bans her, and her team up. Her team up is cracked with Jeff. Everyone forgets her team up. Literally everyone. Still one of the strongest team ups, arguably, I would say arguably stronger than Gambit with Mag and Rogue, but I was like, Gambit's just so fucking strong. So it's probably second place when it comes to, she's sleeper. Straight sleeper. I'm putting her, she cooks Daredevil. She cooks Daredevil with that E. She's so good. Very, very slept on. And Hawkeye, I would still would say is stronger. Yeah, Moon Knight can't do shit to Storm. Starlord, I feel like can. Like Starlord can do shit to Storm, but like the team up, I mean, come on. Come on, man. And of course, Starlord team up with Rocket is good. Yeah, she's the most slept on duelist by far, and she still is. And she's going to be the most slept on duelist for like probably for all of 2026. Not gonna lie. So next up, Winter Soldier, A tier. Straight A. High A. I don't think he's S, simply because so many people think he's so easy, and you do have to time his ultimate. There is skill expression to Winter Soldier, guys. I know it can be very hard to understand because he looks very easy. Like his basic abilities and his gameplay loop is very easy to understand. You just hook someone in, you punch someone, and you shoot them, right? But his ultimate is the hardest part about him, and you can easily fuck that shit up, or you just die mid-ults, right? But everything else, he's incredibly strong still. Everything else, he is so incredibly annoying to fight against still. Even more so than Namor, even more so than Punisher, Spider-Man. He is so fucking annoying. He's a dirty bastard when they're good on Winter Soldier, because they're hooking. If you play tank and they have a good Winter Soldier and he's landing his hooks, you could be behind a wall and Winter Soldier could hook you, bro. He can hook you behind a wall. It's crazy, the hitbox for Winter Soldier's hook. And he can not only hook you, he can hook the entire team with you with that shit and punch the entire team with you. Like, he's so strong. Rarely anyone bans him, but you do see it banned. And usually when it's banned, they're playing Loki. Justify, obviously, right? But yeah, Winter Soldier keeps Loki in check. Winter Soldier, super fucking strong. Like a lot of sustain. He's just a solid pick. You just cannot go wrong with Winter Soldier. Just aim your shots. I mean, and then, but gotta give credit where credit is due. He is a harder character than most people think he is. He is a harder character. Because the timing of his ult is the biggest thing, and his reloading is very wonky to get used to, because you're reloading every like fucking 1.5 second. So last but not least, wait, no, we got wait, wait a second. Why is Mr. Fantastic down here? I already placed him. Yeah, Mr. Fantastic is yeah, there we go. I was like, wait a second. I thought I already did Mr. Fantastic. I did. He's B, I'm pretty sure. Yeah. Holy shit. I feel like I'm Guang here on the balancing team. Last minute patch notes, just forgetting stuff. All right, anyways, last but not least, boys. Wolverine. Oh man, Wolverine. Okay. Wolverine in season 6. Where does he place? Wolverine places. Wolverine places, honestly, genuinely A. He's A. He doesn't suck. He's not broken. You can easily carry on Wolf, but again, Angela is still decent. Like, she's still strong. Thing is still strong. Rogue is still strong, and Cap is still strong. Matt, like, a lot of the tanks really, especially Tankpool. Tankpool slimes the fuck out of Wolverine. If they have a good Wolverine, go Tankpool. But what Wolverine does do, cooks Venom. Wolverine can still cook Thor. Like, it just kind of depends on the setup. But it's just Wolverine's buff, where he can, like, go for walls, was nasty on him. He can really make some crazy plays, and there's some really cracked Wolverine players out there. And he's not map situational. He's just good on all maps. It just really depends on the team comp and how heavy the poke is. But he is so tilting. Okay, I was gonna say Hawkeye is probably the most tilting, as well as, like, who else? Daredevil is tilting. Who did I say was the most tilting? Let's see. BP, obviously, incredibly tilting. Spiderman, like, one of the most tilting duelists to fight against. I'd say more so if you're a strategist, but it applies to all. But specifically, obviously, for tanks, bro, this bastard will not only take your elo, he's taking the W, right, by him choosing this character, but he takes your entire team with you with his ult. It's crazy, man, seeing the shit Wolverine can do. Like, it's fun watching Wolverine, but it is not fun fighting against Wolverine at all. But he is super strong still. He's very strong still overall. And you could say, like, certain maps are better so you can ledge people off, which, yeah, that's true. You can actually ledge people off still. I still see Wolverine players just ledge death people. And that shit is aggravating. It is so aggravating, again, especially as a tank. But for the most part, if you're playing Tankpool, if you're playing, obviously, Groot, you're fine now with his unstoppable effects. If you're playing Mag, you're probably fine. I've seen more solo tanking. Actually, no, I've seen more two tanks. You can kind of just slime. You can kind of just, like, push him back with Mag, push him back, you know, kind of like pepper spray him with Deadpool, Tankpool. Triple support, obviously, does a decent job of kind of keeping him in check, but Wolverine does a shit ton of damage if they know, like, how to you know, work with the rage, and he can kill strategists with his ult. As long as he grabs everyone in there, he has max charge, dives onto the wall, and just he just fucking moans. He does the slashes. Oh, that shit's so annoying. He's such a annoying character to fight against, but you don't really see it. You don't really see that many people play him. Not gonna lie, you don't really see that many people play him, but he's strong. Like, I understand, man. Like, if you got to play Wolf, he's a sick character, just like Spider-Man. It's like Spider-Man can be super annoying to fight against too. So, but that's pretty much it, boys. This is the tier list for Marvel Rivals Season 6. As a Grandmaster player, that is not top 500, that's spewing out some extremely niche takes. This is incredibly practical. As long as you go back, and I know, like, if you skip to this point, go back and watch what I explained, because if you just look at this chart and you're gonna say, dude, why is Squirrell Girl C tier? What the fuck, dude? Yo, why is Luna Snow S tier? Go back and watch it. I'll have, like, the timestamps in there. I fully explain everything. I did miss some parts with, like, Deadpool. I'm gonna have to readjust that. But I fixed it here. And so this is the full tier list for Season 6, boys. S, A, B, C, D to for the vibes. And we got the bench warmers down here, right? We got the water boys for the team. So